One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. Hello, everyone, and welcome to beautiful McAlester, Oklahoma at Mike Deak Field in Pittsburgh County. I'm Brandon Green, your voice of the Buffaloes, along with Mr. Nate Brown, your color commentator and your videographer for today if you're watching on YouTube. Again, this game on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, online at McAlsterRadio.com, on the KNED app, or on YouTube at the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. For today, it's your McAlester Buffaloes against the Broken Bow Savages. For Broken Bow, they are having their season opener for the Buffaloes, coming off a 5-2 win over the Eufaula Ironheads last night. Over in Mike Deak today at first pitch, it'll be 62 degrees by the time the game ends, around 65. So a beautiful day for baseball here in southeast Oklahoma. We're going to be having northwest winds blowing towards the northwest at 7 miles per hour, and not a cloud in the sky. Like I said, a picture-perfect day for baseball. Looking at the Buffaloes from yesterday, again, they had a 5-2 win. They had 4 runs spotted to them in the bottom of the third inning, courtesy of Ethan Gillespie with a grand slam. That kind of set the tone for the Buffaloes. The other run that McAlester scored happened in the bottom of the 5th inning as Ethan Gillespie crossed home plate after a pass ball after drawing a walk just a couple of batters before that. The Ironheads tried to chip away. They had 2 runs, including a home run to center field in the top of the 6th inning, but Seth Sam came in the top of the 7th, ended up closing things down and getting the save for the Buffaloes to start off the 2023 season in the win column. They're going to try to continue to move in the right direction today when they take on a fellow black and gold team, the Broken Bow Savages. Looking at the Savages, last year they were 16-16, lost in regionals to Bristow, 17-11, and McAlester played Broken Bow in the season opener last year. McAlester winning that game 9-3, also in large part due to a 4-run first inning for the Buffaloes. The Savages were supposed to be having their season opener on Thursday, like a lot of teams in Oklahoma, but with all that rain coming through, especially in southeast Oklahoma, they had their game canceled against Atoka on Thursday, so they are having their season opener today on the road against the Buffaloes. Looking at our uniform matchup today, McAlester, they are switching from the gold jerseys and black pants to the all pinstripes from head to toe, and the black caps with the black bills. For the Broken Bow Savages, they're wearing their black caps with the black jerseys as well, gold numerals on the front and back, and gray pants with single black piping down the sides. So we're about to have our lineups coming up in here in just a moment. Again, Buffaloes and Savages on the way here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Okay!
and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough?
Customers aren't going to be able to make that.
Did you say further?
No!
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fenton Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today, 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. We see the umpires making their way towards home plate right now, so let's look at our starting lineups. Again, the Broken Bow Savages at the McAlester Buffaloes here at Mike Deak Field in Game 2 for the Buffaloes season opener for the Broken Bow Savages 4A. Looking at the lineup for the visiting team, we only have last names and initials of first names. Leading off, the pitcher, number 1, H. Heifel. Heifel on the bump. Batting second, the catcher, number 23, K. Metcalf. Metcalf behind the plate. Batting third, the center fielder, number 3, M. Martin. Martin in center field. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 9, T. Shomo. Shomo at first. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 8, J. Johnson. Johnson in left. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 24, A. Clay. Clay at third base. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 10, C. Martinez. Martinez at second. Batting eighth, the DH, number 15, B. Medic. Medic, the DH for the right fielder, number 2, Burkhart. Burkhart in right. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 11, C. Frazier. Frazier at short. And that will round out your starting 9. Broken Bow led by head coach Jake Harris. Now your McAlester Buffaloes 1-0. This is what it looks like 1 through 9. Starting off with the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Watkins in center. Batting second, the pitcher, number 6, Gannon Mullins. Mullins on the mound. Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Lesnow at short. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 7, Ethan Gillespie. Gillespie behind the plate. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 8, Braden Phillips. Phillips at first base. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 3, Jackson Lauerman. Lauerman in left. Batting seventh, the DH, number 15, Seth Sam. Sam, the DH for the right fielder, number 4, Jaden Cheney. Cheney in right field. Batting eighth, at the hot corner, the third baseman, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel at third. And rounding out the starting line for the Buffaloes, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb, the second baseman, led by head coach Justin Mullins, the McAlester Buffaloes. Nate, what do you want to see from McAlester after their 5-2 win yesterday?
Well, I'm wanting to see I know we scored 5 runs in that game, but I'd like to see the offense a little more evenly distributed. See a few more people get some hits. But from the defensive side, you can't really ask much more from McAlester. They played an outstanding defensive game. I think maybe had one error.
One error, and it was just on a short hop over to first base.
Yeah, that's going to happen. That's going to happen even at the major league level. So you can't really ask for much more than that. But yeah, if you play like you did yesterday against Eufaula, you're looking good against this Broken Bow team.
McAlester Buffaloes scrimmaged Broken Bow earlier on just a couple of weeks ago, and that was a 12-10 game. So we're going to see, again, that's scrimmage rules, though, also.
Yeah.
We're going to see how it is over an actual 7-inning ball game here on this Saturday afternoon. We're about to have the national anthem here in just a moment, but again, rounding out the starting lineups is Larry Barnett, our PA man over at Mike Deak Field. This game brought to you by the Bank & A, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offered Propane. Now, looks like we're about to have our national anthem. We'll send it down to the floor.
We'll have the national anthem.
Well, it looks like the umpires and the coaches are
Gentlemen,
finishing up their meeting, and now here comes the national anthem.
Please.
In just a moment.
Any minute now.
You can kind of have a new setup a little bit when it comes to playing music over here at Mike Deak Field. Boy, this is a nice moment, though. There we go. That's not the national anthem. That's a...
What was that?
That's a military tune. All of a sudden, Rihanna plays. That's our national anthem.
Sorry, we've got a malfunction.
That's okay.
Oh, no. Break on.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows she's on the radio, do
I don't
you?
think she does either.
Okay, try it again.
Here we go. Partner, you ready?
Let's baseball.
All right, so again, it's the McAlester Buffaloes against the Broken Bow Savages, of course, at Mike Deak Field, which means McAlester takes the field first. Let's look at the defensive alignment for the black and gold. Well, one of them today, as we have, again, both
Our
teams.
black and gold.
Our black and gold. Starting with first base, we got Braden Phillips over there. Stinchcomb at second. Les now at short. Hodgel over at third. Hodgel now in, what that would be, 8 innings of play, has now already played 3 different positions. So he started at shortstop yesterday, then went to right field, now at third base. Not too bad for the sophomore Swiss Army knife. In the outfield, you got Lauerman in left, Watkins in center, and Cheney in right. The battery for the Buffaloes today, Gillespie behind the plate, and Gannon Mullins on the mound. Gannon Mullins last year, 3-2 record, 23 2/3 innings pitched, a 5.92 ERA, 15 strikeouts to 22 walks, but he had a team best 204 batting average against him. He sometimes can be really hard to hit, obviously, because he had a no-hitter against Inola back in what was the Fort Gibson-type tournament that, for whatever reason, we played in Verdigris because it was a weird tournament. First off, you had a lot of different rain that was moving through the area. Some fields weren't ready to play yet, so they moved our games to Verdigris from that was Hilldale where it was supposed to be originally. And then there was a light issue, so we couldn't play on Friday like we thought we were going to. So it ended up being a different kind of tournament. But what's even more impressive about Mullins' no-hitter in that game against Inola, it snowed in that game.
What?
He pitched in the snow. So
Not many people can say that.
nope, he can say I threw a no-hitter, a 7-inning no-hitter in the snow. We're about to have first pitch brought to you by Big V Feed Center, always your best bet for your feeding program for all of your animals. Visit your Big V Feeds dealer in McAlester, Kiowa, and Chakota. So
Get over there?
No, it's pitcher against pitcher. Mullins ready, Heifel ready. Here's the pitch, and we're underway with the ground ball to the shortstop, Lesnow. Fields it, throws over to first, and the short hop. What a scoop by Braden Phillips to get the out.
And that is what you call efficiency.
One pitch, one out. That's how we start the ball game here in the top of the first inning. And now bring up to the plate the catcher, number 23, Kay Metcalf. Metcalf, a lefty, the first lefty that McAllister's pitching staff has faced so far this year. Gannon starts it with a strike on the outside corner. Count moves to 0-1. Again, just now getting started over here in Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. 6-3 ground out on the previous play. One out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Low outside, and now move the count to even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
As you like to say, once across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the top of the first.
You're going to have Nate help me out a lot today. I'm just letting you know that. The 1-1 is going to be in the turf for ball 2. Mullins pitched against Broken Bow in the scrimmage a couple weeks ago, pitched in 2 innings. He walked 5, but he had 2 strikeouts. There were only 2 hits against Mullins. As here's the 2-1 pitch from Gannon. Going to be a pop-up, center field. Going back is Watkins, still on the run towards the warning track. On the run, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 down here in the top of the first inning. No score between the Buffs and the Savages. Nobody on. Brings up to the plate M. Martin, the center fielder, number 3. But Mullins, he didn't have any earned runs, but there were 5 runs scored on him. McAllister had 6 errors in that scrimmage, but none of those runs were earned against Gannon Mullins.
That is wild.
First pitch to Martin, curveball that can't catch the letters. That'll be ball 1. And speaking of the letters, it's a cursive script for the Broken Bow Savages across the chest in gold numerals and gold numbers on the front, or excuse me, gold script across the front as well. The 1-0, swing and a miss for strike 1. Count moves to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, I promise you I'm not, contagious. I don't have anything. I am dealing with severe allergies here in the booth.
Not.
I promise you I'm good. Here's the 1-1 from Mullins. Throws a curveball and out in front, fouling it off as Martin, and the count moves to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Martin. And Gannon trying to start off his 2023 great on the bump. Can he force the Savages to go 1-2-3? The pitch. Without the wait, another one. That one skips in the turf. Count even at 2-2. Again, 2s across the board. Gannon works out the stretch no matter if someone's on or not. Comes set. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball catching the black for strike 3. Great start to 2023 for Gannon Mullins on the mound. And the Buffaloes will head to the plate here in just a moment. Again, 3 up, 3 down for Gannon Mullins in the Buffalo defense. So we'll take a break here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. Brandon Green, a sick Brandon Green, I think, a little bit. Just a head cold here. Taking on the Broken Bow Savages is the Buffaloes. As, again, for Gannon Mullins, he forced the Savages to go 3 up, 3 down. For the Buffaloes, it's going to be Ethan Watkins, Gannon Mullins, and Caden Less now coming up to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. Looking at the defensive alignment for the Savages, you've got Shomo at first, Martinez at second, Frazier at short, Clay at third. In the outfield, Johnson in left, Martin in center, Burkhart in right. The battery, Metcalf behind the plate, and Heifel, the pitcher. And now, already something kind of interesting. Heifel came out with a different glove. It was a bright gray glove. The umpire had to come out to him and say, you got to change your glove because it's too bright. It's too light. You can't be able to have that close to the ball because it could affect the batter's vision.
Okay, I was going to ask why that would make a difference, but that makes sense.
So he changes his glove, and he'll face Ethan Watkins to lead off here. Here's the windup. Shows bunt. Watkins pulls back. Ball down low. Count 1-0 here to Watkins. It's the same reason why you can't wear, like, tape. So you see a lot of people wear white tape when they're playing out in the field. They'll have to take it off before they can go onto the mound. Here's the windup from Heifel and the 1-0. This one will catch the zone, outside corner. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, because anything that's close to that ball, as you see a pitcher throw it, you're going to see as a batter 2 different things that are around the same color. It can mess up with your vision.
Yeah, that tracks.
The windup and the 1-1, showing bunt again. Watkins goes after it, can't lay it down, and the count moves to 1-2 in favor of Heifel. It's the same reason why you don't see any sponsors at center field.
Oh.
That's called the batter's eye. You see the black tarp, or I guess black padding, tarp, whatever, from left center field to right center field. That's the batter's eye. The 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Heifel gets him on the curveball, and that's an early strikeout for the Savages and Heifel. That brings it the pitcher number 6, Gannon Mullins. Because if you're looking at it from a batter's perspective, if you see the ball come in, you don't want to see like a white sponsor in the background. It'll blend in with the ball.
Yeah, you won't be able to see anything. So, yeah, that makes sense.
If you didn't know that, now you know. Get out of the windup is Heifel. And stepping out of the box early here is Gannon Mullins as it's pitcher against pitcher here.
You know, as much as I've watched baseball, you'd think I would know that.
Mullins 0 for 3 yesterday. First pitch to him. He swings and misses at a fastball. Count moves to 0-1.
But I swear, if I die from whatever sickness you've got, I'm going to come back and haunt you.
I feel fine. It's just that when I started talking, you know, it messes with the vocal cords with whatever I got inside my head right now. Count is 0-1. Here's the windup from Heifel and the pitch. This one misses up and inside. Count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Another flyover. There's the McAlester Regional Health Center helicopter. He had one yesterday. Now it's flying the other direction.
But I wanted you to be aware of that. I will be haunting you.
Cool, thank you. Count 1-1. The windup from number 1 and the pitch. Low. Count moves ahead for the batter. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, I mean, I feel I feel physically fine. It's just that whenever, and I was even feeling fine coming to the ballpark, everything like that. But when you start talking, whatever you got that's like stuck in your throat, stuck in your nasal cavity.
Yeah.
You speak a lot, it's going to affect that voice. Just letting everyone know that now. The 2-1. Half-hearted swing from Mullins on a pitch inside, and that moves the count to even at 2-2.
And we all know you like to talk a lot.
Well, I kind of have to, don't I?
Oh, I'm talking outside the job.
The 2-2 from Heifel. Going to be fouled straight back, and the junior stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Gannon Mullins.
Someone someday is going to take that mic out.
They will. I mean, the good news is it's hidden behind a fence there. So they'd have to really hit the fence hard. One day it'll happen. Today, hopefully, is not that day. Heifel, the windup, and the 2-2 pitch. Fastball catch in the black on the inside corner for strike 3. And back-to-back strikeouts here for H. Heifel. And that brings up Caden Less now, the shortstop, number 2.
Yeah, Heifel early on, he's really locating really well.
And he brings good velocity. It's not like it's overpowering stuff, but he is locating his pitches, and it's throwing off the McAlester batters here early. I mean, like I said, good velocity, but not like in the 90s where you see like high velocity, overpowering stuff, like I said. First pitch misses just a little bit outside. Good eye from Less now. But that is what is making Heifel here through the first 2 batters excellent is his ability to locate it with good velocity and a good off-speed selection as well. The wind-up in the 1-0 to Les now. We'll skip in the turf, and the count moves ahead for Les now at 2-0.
It's kind of like Cliff Lee back in the day. Never overpowering, but you could not touch him if he was locating his pitches.
Greg Maddox the same way. I mean, Maddox had good velocity as well, obviously, but he wasn't throwing 100 like Randy Johnson. Next pitch is going to be a hard hit ground ball snagged by the third baseman Clay. He throws across over to Shomo at first for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Go the Buffaloes. We head to the top of the second inning. No score here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
We've played one full inning, and just like yesterday against the Eufaula Ironheads, it's been 6 up, 6 down between the two teams. We head to the middle of the order for the Broken Bow Savages. It's going to be T. Shomo, Jay Johnson, and A. Clay up, the first baseman, left fielder, and third baseman. So Shomo will dig into the box, righty on righty against Gannon Mullins. Savages had a ground out, fly out, and strikeout back in the top of the first. Here in the top of the second, our first pitch of the inning is going to be a chopper down the first base side, but it's going to hit off the batter, so a foul ball.
I was wondering why no one was moving there.
Oh, going back to the first inning, we were speaking about you can't wear, light-colored stuff on your arms or anything like that. For example, if Braden Phillips was to be able to have to pitch as we go to the 0-1 pitch, it's going to skip in the turf to move the count to even at 1-1. If Braden Phillips was to pitch, because he's also wearing a white sleeve, he'd have to take off that sleeve.
Okay.
Same way with the tape on his left wrist. If you missed that conversation earlier, we're talking about why Heifel had to change his gloves because he had a light-colored fielding glove. Curveball from Gannon Mullins misses low and outside for ball 2. Wind is blowing harder today than it was last night, but again, it's really not even blowing that hard.
I mean, if the wind is blowing today, it was blowing harder than it was yesterday. Because there was nothing.
2-1. Line drive, left field, and it's going to be a base knock here for Shomo. Leadoff hit, one hopper into Lauerman. And they'll bring up the left fielder, number 8, Jay Johnson. Now, what wind we have blowing out today at about 8 miles an hour is blowing towards left center field. Savages on the base paths. Now bring up again Jay Johnson. Coming in at third base is Hodgel. Playing a little bit in front of the bag. Here's the pitch. Swing to miss for strike 1. Big hack there from Johnson. You can count 0-1. Left field, Lauerman kind of playing in. Center field playing deeper, so is right field at Cheney. Mullins looks over at first.
Not much of a lead over there.
Takes an extra step. Decent lead now. Mullins delivers. The 0-1 is looked at, bodied up by Gillespie. As it skips into the turf, count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
We've got the count at 1-0 on the scoreboard.
But
it is definitely 1-1.
That is definitely 1-1.
There it is.
Pickoff over to first. Little high. Phillips jumps and grabs it. Again, enjoy the weather today while you can because it's not going to be the same way next week, except for Monday. Monday should be a pretty good day for baseball. Next pitch. We'll miss low and outside. Now the count moves to 3-1. 2-1. Thank you. They were and headed the scoreboard for me. We were just talking about the count. I was going to look at the weather. 2-1 here on Jay Johnson.
Is it supposed to get colder again?
Well, the high on Monday is 82.
Oh, my goodness.
Right. 2-1 pitch. Fastball catching the inside corner, belt high. Count even at 2-2. But no, it's supposed to have a lot of rain next week.
Ugh.
60% chance on Tuesday, 90% chance of storms on Wednesday, 90% chance of rain on Thursday, 60% chance of rain on Friday. So, yeah, tons of rain coming in next week. 2-2, runner takes off for second. The curveball misses inside. Throw down over to second is not in time. And the count will move to 3-2 here. If you're going to pick a pitch to steal on, there's the one for Shomo. Again, on the curveball, buys him a little bit more time, slides in safely. And the count is full at 3-2. Runner in scoring position for the Savages. The pitch. Fastball catching the outside corner, right on the black. Gannon Mullins, great pitch. And that's the second strikeout of the day to bring up third baseman, number 24, A. Clay. So a run for Broken Bow 180 feet away. Buffalo's trying to keep him there. Getting one down, top of the second inning. The pitch. Fastball way too high to the righty Clay. It's ball one. The wind has died down. The flags that we have over in center field for those listening on radio, and I guess on YouTube as well, you can't really see that right now.
Yeah.
We have the American flag up at the highest, right below that, the McAlester baseball flag. To the right, the state of Oklahoma flag, kind of setting in the middle of the two, height-wise. The next pitch, fastball, swung on and missed for strike one. Count evened up a 1 ball, 1 strike. Stepping off the rubber is Mullins. He gets back on, comes set. Mullins, the 1-1. Fastball just missing a little bit outside. Not too bad of a pitch. And the count moves to 2-1. Again, we have a great view from where we're at along the first base side, like right next to the first base bag, of letters to knees, but we don't have a great view of left to right of the plate.
Yeah.
Mullins will do a little spin move, look at the runner over at second. Already a stolen base so far for Shomo. He took second on a curveball from Mullins. The 2-1 delivery. Swung on and missed on the fastball for strike two.
You can tell he really wanted that pitch. But that curve is really working for Mullins right now.
Yeah, that's been his strikeout pitch so far. Well, no, it's actually been his fastball in the outside corner. Let's see if he goes back to it and gets him to chase. 2-2 pitch. Goes with the curveball, and you're talking about that. Throws him on the lower outside part of the plate. Perfect spot for Gannon Mullins. And all three of his strikeouts have been backwards Ks. So after a runner reaches second on a single and a stolen base, back-to-back strikeouts from Gannon Mullins, and that brings up the second baseman, number 10, C. Martinez. Mullins looks at second and delivers. First pitch, fastball right above the knees. Strike one. We have seen now 5 pitchers from McAlester, and the one thing that has been consistent amongst all 5 of them, none of them are really missing up high in the zone.
Yeah.
The 0-1, they're staying right there at the lower part of the plate, and that's where your lower part of the zone, that's where you want to stay. As that next pitch misses, count is even at 1-1. Because if you miss up high, it's an easier pitch to drive. I think the only pitch that I've seen that was in the zone, that was high, was a home run. The 1-1, that one was high. This is a pop-up, though. Left field, chasing after it's Lauerman. Might have a play at it. He dives, and he can't make the catch. I think he dove a little bit early, too. His knees are already hitting the turf, and he was still trying to make the catch, staring right up into the blazing sun. And second life here for C. Martinez. It would have been a fantastic catch had Lauerman brought that one in. Count, though, is 1-2. And the umpire is trying to tell the Broken Bow dugout that everyone's got to get in it. Count 1-2. Third baseman Hodgel kind of playing a little bit further back, but first baseman Phillips is even further than that with the righty up. Here's the 1-2. Runner takes off for third. Curveball misses outside. The throw to third. He got him! Gillespie fires the Hodgel, applies the tag, and that is out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second inning as Mullins faces the minimum. No score here at Mike Deak Field on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
Do you think this is far enough?
Unbelievable. Customers aren't going to be able to make that.
Did you say further?
No.
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fitting Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
We head to the bottom of the second inning. The McAlester Buffaloes and the Broken Bow Savages knotted up at 0 as we head to the bottom again of the second. Middle of the order coming up for the Buffaloes. It has been technically, that is 9 up, 9 down between the two teams after a caught stealing to end the top of the second inning. First pitch to Ethan Gillespie is up high for ball one. Gillespie had I'd say great start to 2023.
Yeah.
He had a double, then a grand slam. He was responsible for all 5 runs for the Buffaloes. He had the grand slam for the 4 RBIs, and then he scored on a pass ball from third base. Led to that 5-2 win yesterday against Eufaula. Fastball misses low outside to Gillespie. Count to 2-0 here on Ethan.
Now, this is not the count you want to be in if you're on the mound.
Especially considering who you're facing against. And Gillespie with a slightly open stance. Here's the windup and the 2-0. This one will miss down low, and the count moves to 3-0. On deck is Braden Phillips, who I was, kind of looking at some of the stats yesterday and looking at Phillips' at-bats. He put together 2 excellent at-bats, and we'll talk about it when he comes up to the plate. The 3-0 will miss up, letter high, near that interlocking MB or along the pocket area of the jersey. That's a 4-pitch walk to Gillespie, and he is on the base paths. Again, 27 stolen bases for him last year. Don't be surprised if he tries taking off for second any moment now.
Honestly, I'd be more surprised if he didn't.
That's right. Braden Phillips, first baseman number 8, comes up to the plate, and we were mentioning it during Gillespie's at-bat. In his first 2 plate appearances of the season, he saw a total of 18 pitches.
Wow.
Drew 2 walks, and he had the 2 strikes on him in both plate appearances. Fouled off 3 or 4 pitches en route to 2 walks. So his quality at-bat percentage is through the roof right now. First pitch, Gillespie does not take off. It's a pop-up left side. This one's going to get out of play, especially with the wind behind it a little bit. Over towards the walking track. If you're walking your dog, tell the dog to get out of the way.
Or
Strike
to catch
one.
the ball.
Yeah, or catch it. I would advise not to try to do that, though. Maybe with a squeaky toy, but not that hard baseball right now. Count 0-1. Phillips did end his day 0-1. He had 2 walks in that ground out to short. Batting out of the 5-hole. Heifel comes set. Third baseman in on the turf. Throw over to first. Not sliding, just standing in there is Gillespie. Heifel rocking the short style pants. Again, a little bit above the cleats. Wore your eye black. Don't know if it's tape or a wristband on his left wrist, but and he's got the right pitching sleeve, the black pitching sleeve. Gillespie takes off for second. Line drive down the line is going to stay foul by about 2 feet, and Gillespie looking over at Coach Dixon says, man, that close. Because if that lands fair, Gillespie's scoring. He was taken off with the pitch. The count is now 0-2.
It's definitely a good call on the hit and run there. Just just a step in front of it, really.
It may not even be a designed hit and run. It just, Gillespie was taken off for second. It was too good of a pitch to lay off there for Phillips. Pick off over to first. And standing in safely is Gillespie. Looking at Gillespie, he was only caught stealing once last year. He was picked off once last year. But 27 stolen bases. That was second on the team behind Leighton Bass. Count 0-2. Nobody out. Runner at first for the Buffaloes. No score here in the bottom of the second inning. Heifel takes a long look at first. Has already picked off over to Gillespie 3 times. And here's a pitch to Phillips that's fouled off into the parking lot. Count still 0-2.
Please turn all foul balls to Mark Clark, please. All foul balls to Mark Clark.
When you hear stuff like that from Mr. Barnett, that's when you know it is baseball season.
Mm-hmm.
He picks a random person that he knows, and he says return all foul balls to him. He's even said, please return all foul balls to Brandon Green before, and I've been here in the booth. Count 0-2. Heifel coming to a pause. Gillespie will stay put as the pitch is up and outside for ball 1.
And you call me a Swiss Army knife sometimes. Larry is a true Swiss Army knife.
Again, if you think about it, in football season, he over BMAC Supply, he does everything over there. And then you have him do the stats for McAlester Football, and then he does PA for McAlester Basketball and Baseball. So he is all over the place. Count 1-2. Heifel the pitch. Chopper down the third base side, maybe chance to double play. Too high of a hop. Grabbing to third base and throw over to first. It's not in time. First baseman Shomo couldn't dig it out. But also, Phillips nearly beat it out. We'll see what the official score is on that. We'll go with that. And it was a close one.
I'd probably give that a hit since it was just so close.
It was close. It was a long hop, and coming in to grab it was Clay, and Phillips was booking it down the first base line.
Nope, they're going to give him the error.
So they give him the error, so that's going to go down as an error on the third baseman because, again, I guess he kind of did bobble it in his chest as he grabbed it, and it was a short hop to the first baseman, Shomo. So the Buffaloes have runners at first and second with nobody out, and Jackson Lyman up at the plate. He shows bunt, pulls back, called strike on the outside corner. Again, we don't have a score yet. Buffalo's trying to change that here in the home half of the second. Gillespie at second base, Phillips at first. First baseman Shomo standing in line with the bag. Third baseman Clay standing in front of the bag in case Lauerman bunts. And stepping off will be the pitcher. And Heifel is trying to direct the second baseman Martinez to hold Gillespie a little bit closer.
Because he's got the speed to take off even from second.
He stole third base yesterday, so. Outfield is shifted to the left. There's a big gap in right center field. And with Lauerman's speed, if he could, I know he's maybe trying to bunt here as well, but if he can get it into right center field, he could be off to the races. The 0-1 pulls back, curveball misses inside, close to catching the corner. And the count moves to even at 1-1. So 1-1 here for Jackson Lauerman. Yesterday went over 2, had a sack bunt and 2 strikeouts. The 1-1 pitch in the turf, and he won't have to bunt. As now Gillespie tries going from second to home. He rounds third, the throw to the plate. He slides in safely. What a hustle play by Ethan Gillespie. Runs 180 feet on a pass ball, never let up. And he puts the Buffaloes on the board. And going from first to third is Braden Phillips. From second all the way to the plate, slid underneath the tag. The two officials are going to speak about it, but
I'm not sure what there is to discuss here.
The only thing would be if he didn't touch the third base bag, because that play is all the home plate umpire. The only discussion would be if he did not touch the third base bag. And now they'll speak with the head coach, Jake Harris, because that call at home plate is the home plate officials. I guess you could go ask the other official what he thinks, but who has a better view than yourself?
Yeah.
But it is running from second to home plate, Ethan Gillespie with tons of speed to be able to score. You don't see that very often on just a pass ball. And think about this. It's not even a big backstop.
Yeah.
It's a pretty short backstop. And when it does hit that backstop, it usually bounces back to the catcher. So what a hustle play by Gillespie to put the Buffaloes on the board 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Now a runner at third with the count 2-1 in favor of Lauerman. Heifel comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball, can't get the bunt down. Fouls it straight back, and the count moves to 2-2. Again, you're looking through now a game and almost 2 innings, almost 9 full innings of play. The Buffaloes like to play small ball.
I mean, it worked for him yesterday.
So far, working for him today. Leading 1-0, bottom of the second. Nobody out with that runner at third. Heifel delivers to Lauerman. Curveball popped up out of play. The wind trying to bring it back in. Chasing it was the catcher Metcalf, but it lands on top of the grandstand. Count still at 2-2. And Phillips over at third base. Going back to that play by Gillespie, that is why you always have to keep your head on a swivel, and shows that when you can hustle and you got a little bit of speed to go with it, good things can happen.
But he's got a little bit more than a little bit of speed.
That's true. Count 2-2. Heifel comes set. And the pitch to Lauerman. Curveball fouled back into the glove, snagging it is Metcalf. That is out number 1. Third strikeout for Heifel. And that brings up Seth Sam, the DH number 15. He's DHing for the right fielder number 4, Jaden Chaney today. Sam went 1 for 3. One of the 4 hits for the Buffaloes yesterday in their 5-2 win. He had a single on a bunt down the third base line. Again, staying in over third base is the third baseman Clay. Closer towards the bag as well. First pitch to Sam. He's swinging away. He swings over the top of an off-speed pitch for strike 1. And Sam had 8 RBIs last year, 47% of his hits extra base hits. Clearly capable of sending one out of the yard. Doesn't even need the help that the slight wind is giving him. The 0-1 shows bunt, tries to get it down, and it is fouled off to the right side. Coach Mullins over at third base just drops his head and kind of shakes his head a little bit, and the count moves to 0-2. He knows how important it will be to this team to lay down bunts.
Oh, yeah. Especially with how much speed this team has.
That is a big plus for McAllister's lineup this year. Count 0-2 on Seth Sam.
First baseman coming in.
The pitch, fastball up high. Sam lays off. Count to 1-2. And it's a big lead over there by Phillips at third base. He's got to make sure that he's careful that Clay doesn't go from playing about 5 feet away from the bag to collapsing over to the bag and get picked off. The pitch, curveball, catching the outside corner for strike 3. It's now 4 strikeouts by the Buffalo offense in 5 outs. McAllister struck out 10 times yesterday, but 7 of those came from the 4th inning on. So now at the plate, Gunnar Hodgel trying to bring in that run over at third base. Buffalo's leading 1-0, bottom of the second inning with 2 down. Still working out the stretch is Heifel. The pitch to Hodgel. Curveball, catching the zone, strike 1. Hodgel went 1 for 2. He grounded out to third, walked, and singled in his 3 plate appearances. So Hodgel into the box once again. Phillips waiting on him over at third base. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball way too high. Count now 1-1. And the Buffaloes scored on a great play on a pass ball. Gillespie advancing 180 feet to score on 1 pass ball.
McAllister scored the run without even getting a hit so far.
And the 1-1. Fouling it off is Hodgel, and the count now moves to 1-2. A chance for Heifel's 5th strikeout in what would be 6 outs. Getting across the scoreboard, it's Broken Bow 0 runs on 1 hit, 1 error. Buffalo's 1 run on no hits, no errors. So Hodgel digs back in. Behind on the count 1-2. Heifel going for another strikeout. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him on the changeup down low. And that is another K there for Heifel. But the Buffaloes do take the lead again on that pass ball. It's Ethan Gillespie running 180 feet for the score. We head to the top of the third inning. Buffaloes lead 1-0 here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
We played 2 full innings. The Buffaloes leading 1-0 here as we head to the top of the third inning. It'll be the 7-8-9 batters up for Broken Bow, bottom of the order, starting off with C. Martinez. His first pitch to him is going to be a fly ball left field. Lauerman barely has to move back and makes the catch for out number 1. Again, that's what you call efficiency. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now batting the DH.
Bringing up Medic, the DH number 15.
Well, I guess we know who to call if someone gets hurt.
Oh, stop.
You had to know something like that was
I don't know if it's Medoc or Medic, but here's the first pitch. Oh, he throws the bat. He swings and misses, and the bat went flying towards the McAlester dugout.
Not maliciously, of course.
No, but first time I've seen that probably since I did it myself. He just swung and it let go, and it went flying to the McAlester dugout.
It wasn't like a high.
No, it was
like,
just a.
It was a ground bat.
It just went flying
instead of a ground ball, ground bat.
And after that, the umpire tells someone who is filming for McAlester to get inside the dugout. But no, if you want my story, my junior year of me playing baseball, as the 0-1 pitch is now going to catch the outside corner for strike 2. I was on deck, brand new bat. I just got it that day.
Oh.
I swing and I let go of it super late. It went flying high in the air, landed on top of the McAlester dugout, and rolled into the stands. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, got him in the turf. Applying the tag is Gillespie, and that is 2 up, 2 down here for Gannon Mullins with his 4th strikeout of the day. And that brings up the shortstop, number 11, C. Frazier. I don't even know how I let go of it the way I did, but then Troy Meadows, who's now an assistant coach on the team, was a senior that year. He grabs the bat and he says, "Hey, let me take that from you before you hurt somebody." First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1.
Because you weren't going to do any damage with it any other way.
Coach Cumbie was about to tear my head off. I just let go of it and it went flying high in the air, landed on top of the roof, and rolled down with a brand new bat. The 1-0 will skip into the turf for ball 2. If Cumbie didn't kill me, then my dad was going to.
Yeah.
Again, bats aren't very cheap if you didn't know that. Counts 2-0, 2 down, nobody on here for the Savages in the top of the third inning. The pitch will miss up high above eye level, and that's 3 balls, no strikes here to the 9-hole batter, Frazier. And Gillespie will go speak with Mullins. Again, wind blowing slightly to left center field. Gillespie will go back behind home plate. Top of the order on deck with Heifel, who grounded out to short. Again, Buffaloes with a 1-0 lead that they gained in the previous half inning. The pitch, and back into the zone. Stepping out of the box was Frazier, taking the whole way. That's going to make the count now 3-1. And back deep in the box is Frazier, right-handed batter, the 3-1. That one back into the zone, 3-2. So trying to battle back from 3-0 here is Gannon Mullins. He's getting into a groove, comes set quickly, and delivers the 3-2 pitch. This one's low and outside. Could not quite complete the comeback there. And the runner will take first and bring us to the top of the order. So Broken Bow with their second base runner of the day. Runner at first with 2 down. Top of the third inning, Buffaloes lead by a run, 1-0. And Heifel on the very first pitch of the game, a hard ground ball to Caden Lesnow, who fielded it and threw it over to Phillips at first for the 6-3. Pitch, curveball, can't catch the letters, ball 1.
I mean, that looked pretty close.
Yeah, it looked like where it crossed, though, because Gillespie caught it at the letters, but where it crossed on the curveball was up above it. I think it's a pretty good call there from the home plate umpire. Mullins will come set. Good lead over at first. Here's the 1-0. Curveball, this one catching the knees, crossed a little bit above it for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good location on the curve from Mullins. Stepping out is Heifel. Collects himself, and so does Mullins. Picks off over to first, not in time. Sliding in safely is Frazier. I guess you could say down goes Frazier. 1-1. Imagine having a call like that that's remembered for years. That's a broadcaster's dream there. The 1-1 from Mullins. Runner takes off for second. Bunt tried to be applied, misses it. Throw down to second is not in time. Great apply of the tag by Stinchcomb, but already there was Frazier, and he's in scoring position now with the count 1-2. So Heifel tried laying down the bunt, even went after it. And Coach Mullins is trying to clarify with the home plate umpire, that is a strike, right? He said yes. The count is 1-2. Mullins going for the strikeout to try to end the third inning here in the top of the third. The pitch bounces in the turf, keeping it in front is Gillespie, and the count moves to even. 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with the runner at second. Buffalo's leading 1-0. The tying run is in scoring position. Mullins comes set. Looks over at second. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball catching the lower outside part of the zone for strike 3. So we have 5 strikeouts by, that is Mullins. Gosh dang, I just lost there. Gannon Mullins, 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. Not a bad start here to 2023 for the junior. We'll head to the home half of the third. 1-0 the Buffaloes lead here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field as we head to the home half of the third inning. Buffaloes lead 1-0 over the Broken Bow Savages. Heifel in for his third inning of work. It will be the 9-1-2 batters up for the Buffaloes. 5 out of the 6 outs recorded by the Buffaloes have been strikeouts from Heifel. McAlester trying to make a little more contact, try to get some more runs across as they lead again 1-0. If you're listening to this call and thinking, man, this guy is kind of rough today, it's because, hey, the first 2 games I've been dealing with a head cold. I promise you it gets better from here. So as we cover all the rest of the games from McAlester baseball throughout the season, make sure that you keep on listening to us on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM. Again, it'll be radio for every single game this year. Video streams will be on home games as well, so keep that in mind. Again, you can catch the any game in the world from anywhere in the world, or any game from McAlester from anywhere in the world on KNED's app. Look for the blue logo and on McAlsterRadio.com on the KNED tab.
I was about to say, I think we've expanded, if that's the case.
We have, haven't we? I'm telling you, head cold is scrambling everything in my mind like it's an egg. Bottom of the third inning, here's the windup, and the first pitch to the sophomore. Stinchcomb takes a big hack and fouls it backwards for strike 1. I promise you it does get better from here. I think for the last 3 seasons, I've started out the season opening day with some kind of cold, or something that's kind of like allergies. But it is that time of year you're switching from winter to spring, and the weather keeps changing. We all know how Oklahoma weather is. as Stinchcomb fouls this one over towards the McAlester dugout. Better a ball than a bat, and then moves the count to 0-2.
Man, I will never forget that video of the Mets guy in spring training catching the bat when it came into the dugout and just tossing it right back.
Didn't he have a beer in his hand, too?
No, he was in the dugout.
Oh, that's right, the 0-2. Will be swung on a miss for strike 3, but the ball gets away from the catcher. Running over to first will be Stinchcomb. The throw to first, he slides in safely, so on a drop third strike, reaching first will be Spencer Stinchcomb. That brings up the top of the order. 6 strikeouts, though, for Heifel.
And we've really got a pitcher's duel going on here today.
That's for sure. Watkins up at the top of the order. Runner at first, nobody out. But no, I think I saw something else where you and I are thinking of a different thing. I know that one time someone threw a bat into the stands, and the guy we have a good lead over by Stinchcomb over at first. He will go back to the bag. Someone threw a bat into the stands, and he's holding the beer with one hand, catches the bat with the other, and then chugs the beer. So I've seen that before.
What I'm talking about is one of the Mets players in spring training.
Was it this year?
No,
we had to pick up
been,
over to first.
It's been years ago.
I think it was Cespedes.
No. I don't think he was a big-time player or anything.
At that point? Oh, the guy that did it?
No, the guy that caught the bat in the dugout.
Right. Heifel delivers the pitch. Looking to bunt was Watkins. Pulls back as the fastball misses up high for ball 1.
But whoever it was who caught it in the dugout caught it at the with the handle.
Like with the handle, yeah.
And then tossed it right back out to the batter.
I know what you're talking about. As we have pickoff over to first again, sliding in safely is Stinchcomb. That one a little bit closer.
If we have time in between.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I've seen it before because I picture it in my head. And then he threw it back, and then he just crossed his arms like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Coming set, Heifel, huge lead by Stinchcomb. The 1-0 pitch. Watkins gets the bunt down the first base side. It's going to get past the pitcher, and Stinchcomb's going to round second. This might be trouble. He fakes the throw over to third, and he will go first to third on the bunt. Again, we're going to have to see what they give it on the scoreboard, but right now I see 2 errors in the Broken Bow column. I think they only had 1 before that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an error that they're already listing there on the – no, they're giving them a hit. So a hit on a bunt single by Ethan Watkins. I don't know where the second error is. Does that bring up Ganda Mullins?
I have no idea.
I don't know where the second error is. The only error I have is an E5 from Braden Phillips when he went up to the plate. So runners at first and third, and that's officially, like Nate was about to say, the first hit of the day for the Buffaloes.
Yeah. Breaks up the no-hitter.
Runners at the corners with nobody out. Bottom of the third inning, Buffaloes leading 1-0. Mullins showing bunt, standing high up in the box. Creeping down the third base side is Stinchcomb. He's way down the line. Running for second is Watkins. Here's the throw down to second. Going for home is Stinchcomb as the stolen base for Watkins, and standing across home plate is Stinchcomb. Small ball working like a charm here at Mike Deak Field, and it's 2-0 McAlester. So Watkins takes off for second. Already nearly halfway down the line with Stinchcomb over at third base.
Yeah, he was well past the coach's box.
If I was Heifel, I would have stepped off the rubber there and just ran towards him. He would have been in trouble. But he doesn't do that. McAlester leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Heifel steps off the rubber. And the thing is, Heifel has been masterful today. But there's been 2 runs against him right now. One of them earned. He struck out 6 batters in 6 outs. Coming set is Heifel. Looks over at second. Again, huge lead by Watkins. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Showing bunts. Mullins lays back. The throw down over to third. Stealing third is Watkins. Looked like a little bit more of a delayed steal there. And the count moves to 0-2 here on Ganda Mullins with a runner at third base waiting for him. I just got to say, through now close to 10 full innings of play, almost 10 full innings of play, Coach Mullins and his staff has really coached extremely well. Again, you have the 4 runs by Ethan Gillespie on a grand slam, but then you have 3 runs that are all manufactured. Great job by the coaching staff. Count is 0-2. Coming set, Heifel. And the pitch to Mullins. Fastball that misses up high for ball 1. I mean, a lot of stolen bases, a lot of bunts. If you love old school baseball, you're going to love this. Infielders up in on the infield turf. 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. That is 7 strikeouts for Heifel and 7 outs.
To be fair, the entire infield is turf, though.
Right, but you know what I mean. Past where the dirt would be if you had dirt there. Caden Less now comes up to the plate. The only person to put the ball in play today, other than the bunt single by Watkins, was a ground out to third base. And you might be wondering, if there's been 7 outs and 7 strikeouts, how is there a ground out? Well, because Stinchcomb reached on a drop third strike.
Right.
1 down, runner at third. Bottom of the third inning, Buffaloes lead 2-0. And Watkins puts his hands up in the air like he's from Gladiator and says, "Are you not entertained?" But I don't know why he was doing that.
That makes no sense, but okay.
I wasn't looking at the pitcher. I don't know if he thought he balked or not. Becoming set is Heifel, takes a breath. First pitch to Les now. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Buffaloes are just hoping to put a ball in play right now. Because that has been hard to come by here so far today, but they still have a 2-0 lead. Heifel comes set again. The 0-1 to Les now. Curveball popped up, maybe not deep enough though. Shallow left field. Coming in on its left fielder Johnson. In foul territory, it is caught as he dives, but again, as he dives, that allows Watkins to tag up and score. That's a sac fly for Caden Les now. And the Buffaloes lead 3-0. Again, it wasn't very deep, but it was caught about 20, 25 feet past the infield turf, and that'll be it for Heifel. As you know, he was going to be on a pitch count like I know that Gannon Mullins is, as well as we had a pitcher warming up for the McAlester Buffaloes. Speaking of pitching change, we'll take a break and be back with a new pitcher here in just a moment on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough?
Unbelievable. Customers aren't going to be able to make that.
Did you say further?
No.
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fitting Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
With 2 down and nobody on for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the third inning, we have a pitching change brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or online at jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. It's now number 8, Johnson, on the mound for the Savages. It's the first pitch to Ethan Gillespie. It's a curveball in there for strike 1. The defensive changes, we have Martinez move from second base over to left field. Heifel moves from the mound to shortstop. Frazier from shortstop to second base. Again, Gillespie, who walked in his first plate appearances, faces Johnson, who comes into the game. This curveball misses up high to move the count to even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Buffaloes lead 3-0. Only has 1 hit so far today on a bunt single, and they have 3 runs. The windup in the 1-1 pitch will miss low and outside, and that'll be ball 2. In 3 pitches, 3 curveballs from Johnson. Has not given him a fastball yet. The windup and the pitch. Fastball, there it is. Ground ball down the third base line, and it's another base hit for Ethan Gillespie. He'll round first, and he'll take a big turn but come back over to first base. And he has had 3 hits and 3 official at-bats on the season. He is a triple away from the cycle if you're looking at his first 4 official at-bats. He's had a double, grand slam, and single.
You can't ask for much more than that.
And that'll bring up Braden Phillips. So the first fastball that he sees from Johnson, he rips down the third base line past Clay. Buffaloes with a 3-0 lead. They scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Runner at first with 2 down, trying to do some 2-out damage. Phillips reached on an E5 last time up. Coming set, Johnson picks off over to first. Nice scoop by the first baseman, Shomo. Keeps Gillespie from moving over to second. The first run that McAlester scored was because of Gillespie's speed and hustle going from second to home on a pass ball. He takes off for second. This time it's a pop-up, but out of play, and Gillespie will have to come back over to first. And the count is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. First baseman Phillips up at the dish. Pick off over to first. Goes to the right, but not far past Shomo, so Gillespie will stay at first.
Not far enough, anyway.
By the way, I believe Parker Dusenberry is about to come up on the mound for McAlester, a freshman for the Buffaloes. The 0-1. Be a curveball just catching the letters. That'll be strike 2. Dusenberry did pitch against the Savages in the scrimmage a couple weeks ago. Pitched in 1 1/3, walked 1, struck out 3. So 3 out of his 4 outs. Count 0-2. The pitch, Gillespie takes off for second. Curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. It's going to be another strikeout, but the Buffaloes do score 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning to lead 3-0 heading to the top of the 4th here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today, 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So I spoke a little bit too soon. Again, Gannon Bullens will come back out onto the mound for a little while. Again, Parker Dusenberry has been warmed up. He's ready to go when it's his time to go, but I don't think Gannon Mullins has reached his pitch count yet for today. So he'll come in for his 4th inning of work. The Buffaloes lead 3-0 heading to the top of the 4th inning. Again, Caden Lussnow actually did not get the win yesterday. Officially on the Game Changer app is going to Jackson Lauerman for the win yesterday. Again, as you look at the high school rules, you have to pitch at least 4 full innings to be able to get the win if you're the starting pitcher.
Oh, okay.
So 4 full innings. Lussnow only went 3. And, of course, Seth Sam still getting the save. Coming up to the plate will be the 2-3-4 batters, K. Metcalf, M. Martin, and T. Shomo. Between the 3 of them, 1 for 3 so far. Shomo with the only base hit for the Savages thus far out of the cleanup spot. Metcalf flew out to center field, a big drive to center field his first time up. First pitch to the lefty is low and outside for ball 1. And Buffaloes with a 3-0 lead, top of the 4th inning. Coming set is Mullins. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Savages, it's no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. For the Buffaloes, 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. The pitch from Mullins. Curveball, fouls it off towards the Broken Bow dugout, and it's 1-2. Schedule for next week looks like it's going to be, again, McAlester and Midwest City. District opener on Monday, and it's a doubleheader just like it was last year for the district openers, but except the doubleheader was here in McAlester. The 1-2. Fastball outside. Count even up at 2-2. And looking down the rest of the way, it's going to be, again, Oaktaha on Tuesday, at Bixby on Friday. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 got him on the fastball up high, and that's another K here for Gandon Mullins. 6 strikeouts for the junior. And that brings up M. Martin. 4 out of his 6 strikeouts have been backwards Ks.
Yeah, he has looked the part of an ace today. He has, you said 6 strikeouts, and I say that and it looks like it's going to be the end of the day for him.
Yep, so it looks like he's reached his pitch count. Mullins will hand the ball over, what I'm assuming is Dusenberry, and we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Again, 3-0 Buffaloes lead through 3 1/3 with 1 down and nobody on for the Savages.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field here in McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes leading 3-0 as we're in the top of the 4th inning with 1 down for the Broken Bow Savages, and we have a pitching change. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. It is Parker Dusenberry, the freshman, making his first official varsity appearance on the mound for McAlester. Number 18, a righty. He'll be facing the 3-hole batter, M. Martin, who struck out looking his last time up with Gandon Mullins on the mound. Curveball in there, strike 1, and that's a good start to your varsity career, Mr. Dusenberry. Now, I say official because he did pitch in the scrimmages against Broken Bow. Went 1 1/3 with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts.
Not bad.
Count 0-1, nobody on. Buffaloes lead 3-0. Getting 1 down. The pitch. Fastball in the turf. Count to 1-1.
So how long has it taken for you to adjust from saying in the dirt to in the turf?
For this year, again, it was pretty quick. I only said in the dirt, I think, 1 time. Last year, it took me about 2 games.
Okay. That's not bad.
Wasn't too bad. 1-1. Curveball misses outside. Count moves in favor of the batter, Martin, to 2 balls and 1 strike. The only reason why I say that is because dirt and turf kind of sound similar. I don't know why, just in my head, it doesn't make it too tough. Hardwood and gridiron are a little bit tougher. The 2-1. Going to be a pop-up, right side, shallow right field. Have him coming in on his Hodgel. He will not make the catch as there was some miscommunication between the 2 sophomores, Stinchcomb and Hodgel, and it drops in between. That's going to go down as a single for M. Martin. That's a tough one. I mean, they're going to give McAlester the error there, but I think I would have given them a single there as it dropped. It didn't really hit anybody, and there was some miscommunication between the 2 of them. Should have been caught, but again, it's really hard to determine who you're going to give the error to there. And that brings up T. Shomo. So runner at first with one down. Shomo has the other base hit today on a single. Pitch to him. Going to be fouled off at the plate. Taking off for second was Martin. Count 0-1. Again, they did give Watkins a double yesterday on a ball that I thought should have been maybe an error.
Yeah.
That one I thought should have probably been a single. That one was a tougher play than the other one last night.
If you're going with your gut, go the other way.
I guess so. Count is 0-1. Duesenberry. Line drive. Third baseman making the catch is Mullins. Nice catch by Gannon Mullins at the hot corner, and that's out number 2 on the line out from Shomo.
I mean, you know firsthand how tough that play is.
It is. It is. I mean, it's being pulled right at you over at third base. And sometimes you may not be able to see it from the stands, but those line drives can have some English on it. First pitch to the new batter, fastball up high, ball 1 to Jay Johnson, the new pitcher for the Savages. He struck out looking his last time up. Yes, it depends on who, especially lefties. I know that wasn't a lefty right there, but if they hit it and goes opposite field to you, that has some movement when it's coming at you on a line drive. It's not a straight line. Next pitch is up and outside for ball 2. Because you have so much, everyone talks about spin rate in today's game, when it comes to baseball, like curveballs. Think about a curveball coming in or a fastball coming in, how the ball's spinning, and then it hits a bat. It's going to have some more spin on it.
Yeah.
Pick off over to first. Not in time. So even though you hear the term line drive, it is not coming at you on a frozen rope. There is some movement with it. And it's a harder play than what it looks that Gannon Mullins just made right there. Count 1-0. And Johnson up at the plate. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-0 pitch is now making it 1-1 after the swing and a miss. Runner at first for the Savages. Again, 2 down. Top of the 4th inning. Buffaloes lead 3-0. Mullins has already had to keep his head on a swivel in his first play. The first out from him moving from the mound over to third base. The 1-1 is swung on and missed as well to move the count to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here for the Savages, and the Buffaloes trying to hold that 3-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. Duesenberry comes to a pause. Big lead at first. Duesenberry kicks and fires. The curveball misses down low. Delayed steal. Throw over to second is not in time. Sliding underneath the tag. Outfielders started to make their way back towards the dugout, but a nice slide under the tag by Martin puts a runner in scoring position here for the Savages and a 2-2 count. Full count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Duesenberry looking for the strikeout. And the pitch. Curveball past Gillespie. Try to get it on the backhand. And that will be ball 4. The scoreboard had it at 2-2. I guess we had it wrong. And that will put a runner over at first base on ball 4. I was looking over at the scoreboard as well, and it had it at 2-2.
I was going to say, I thought it was a pitch behind because I had it at 2-0 when they had it at 1-0.
And Nate's keeping a pretty good track of it. Now the tying run comes up to the plate, and it's A. Clay. Runners at first and third with 2 down. Top of the 4th inning, 3-0 Buffaloes lead. First pitch to Clay. Fastball, cut on and missed, strike 1. Clay struck out looking his last time up. Again, it's gone single, line out to third, and a walk since Duesenberry's come into the game. Freshman comes set. 31 move. He might got him. Can't apply the tag in time. He had him straying. McAlester fans don't like the call, but from our perspective, it is the right call.
We have the best view in the house.
He slid in there safely. Plenty of time. Now, he was straying off the bag, but that is a good call by the field umpire. He's safe. The pitch. Curveball. Ooh, but that one may not be. That one looked like it was right in the exact spot that he needed it to be, and the count moves to 1-1. That was a great spot by Duesenberry. But again, kudos to the field umpire. Made the correct call there. Got in front of the tag. The 1-1. Runner takes off. Pop up the chute. Gillespie trying to track it. Might have room. He will make the catch in front of the tunnel by the grandstand, and that is out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Buffaloes hold on to their 3-0 lead here on KNED.
Do you think this is far enough?
Unbelievable. Customers aren't going to be able to make that.
Did you say further?
No.
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fitting Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today, 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
We have now officially played half a 7-inning ball game. The Buffaloes leading 3-0. I guess this would be the 4th inning stretch if you're wanting to count it in the 7-inning ball game. Buffaloes leading 3-0 as we head to the home half of the 4th. Up to the plate will be the 6, 7, 8-hole batters, Jackson Lauerman, Seth Sam, and Gunnar Hodgel. Now, the problem for McAlester so far, they have had 8 strikeouts through 3 full innings, but they still lead 3-0 despite only having 2 hits. Small ball has been fantastic for McAlester. If you want to go back to yesterday's game, McAlester has scored 8 runs on a combined 6 hits.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Do not fix it. Here's the windup from Johnson, who came into the game in the previous inning. Pitching-wise, he comes in from left field to the mound. His first pitch at the bottom of the 4th is low outside to Lauerman for ball 1. Lauerman struck out swinging his last time up. Looking for his first hit of the season. Out of the windup is Johnson, and he'll step off the rubber. Windup and the pitch. This will miss up and outside. The count now 2-0. Not a cloud in the sky on a beautiful day for baseball. The only day that might rival it in the next 7 days is the 2-0 is going to be grounded towards the McAlester dugout for strike 1. The only day that might rival it will be Monday, and talk about a day for a doubleheader over in Midwest City. Highs of 83 on Monday.
Oh, my goodness.
And so far, crossing our fingers, the Broken Bow Festival, at least the beginning of it on Monday, if we're looking at a extended forecast, is the 2-1. The curveball, long looping one, finds the zone for strike 2. Count moves to 2-2. It'll be a little bit colder, but sunny skies on that Monday.
Yeah. Hopefully no rain.
Hopefully no rain, because I actually got rained on the last time we went down to a Broken Bow tournament during spring break. 2019, McAlester won the whole thing. Here's the 2-2. Curveball out in front of it is Lauerman, but he fouls it off and stays alive. Count still 2-2. I was rained on, and they don't have a press box over at Broken Bow, so I'm out in the open, and this is why McAlester fans are the best. I had 2 umbrellas that people gave to me, and didn't let me borrow it. They said, you can have it for wherever games you come to. As we have a swing and a miss for strike 3. It's a drop third strike. Lauerman is tagged, and that is out number 1. Another strikeout, number 9 on the day by the Buffalo offense. They struck out 10 times yesterday, but like I said, didn't really have a strikeout problem until the 4th inning on.
Right, the pitcher, I can't remember his name from yesterday. The reliever.
That was Draven Gragg.
He was dominant.
7 out of his 9 outs were strikeouts. The windup and the pitch. Curveball outside to Seth Sam, who digs into the box. 0 for 1 with the strikeout himself, a backwards K.
And it's not like they're really chasing anything. It's just very well-placed pitches for the most part.
Wind up and the pitch. Fouling it off. Hitting the top of the bat of Sam for strike one. I mean, putting this in perspective, McAllister's had, I guess, 19 outs since that fourth inning. And that is 15 out of the 19 outs have been strikeouts.
Wow.
Here's the 1-1. Fouling it off will be Sam. And the count moves now to 1-2. But the Buffaloes, again, are knowing how to manufacture runs. They lead by 3 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. 1-2, high hit fly ball, deep left field. Going back on it is Martinez, and it's going to be over his head. A high hop off the wall. Sam rounding second, trying to get a triple. The throw to the cutoff man. The throw to third is not in time. And the extra base hit machine delivers a triple here with 1 down in the bottom of the fourth inning. What did I tell you yesterday and earlier today? Whenever he can make contact, that thing goes flying, and it did that time as well off the warning track. And now the Buffaloes have a runner 90 feet away from scoring. Again, looking at Seth Sam, nearly 50% of his hits last year, extra base hits.
And that left fielder, even if he had a perfect step.
As we have a bunt down the first base line by Hodgel, that will score a run. Throw over to first. Hodgel beat it out. That's an RBI bunt single by Gunnar Hodgel. And the Buffaloes go up 4-0.
Like we said earlier, small ball is working for McAllister.
As we were mentioning also just a moment ago, we going from strikeouts, not really putting the ball in play. You're wanting to do that a little bit more. The Buffaloes, in 2 pitches, score a run. 4-0. That brings up Spencer Stinchcomb. Reached on a drop third strike last time. As we have a step off and a almost throw over to first by Johnson. In Buffalo's lead 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. 1 down, one runner on over at first. Hodgel now 2 for 4 on the season. Throw over to first is not in time again. For McAllister, that's their 4th hit of the day. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is up high for a ball, and there will be no throw over to second as it came in and out the glove of Metcalf. And that moves the count to 1-0 here. Corner infielders are playing in. Middle infielders, average depth. Left fielder Martinez playing deep. The pitch. Low outside. That'll be ball 2. Outfield shifted towards the left. Again, if McAllister can get an inside-out pitch or go inside-out with a hit and wait on an outside pitch, they can.
There's a massive gap in right center.
That's right. 2-0 is the count on Stinchcomb. The pitch. It's going to be a bouncer into Metcalf for ball 3. It's one thing that Derek Jeter liked to do a lot, go opposite field. The way that his swing was designed to go opposite field.
I remember his last hit.
Opposite field. Count 3-0. Actually, it wasn't. The 3-0 pitch. Be a fastball for strike 1. Everyone remembers his game-winning hit against the Orioles, but that was not his last hit.
Was that? No,
his
it
last
wasn't.
hit was in Boston on a chopper down the third base side that he beat out. That was his official last hit, but no one remembers that. Everyone remembers the walk-off over at Yankee Stadium.
Well, no one wants to remember his last hit being in Boston.
Speaking of a hit, this one might be one. A 3-1 pitch is driven towards right center field. Chasing it down and grabbing it is Martin over in center field. A great running catch. In the spot that we wanted Stinchcomb to go, great play by Martin using his speed to track down that ball for a catch.
I guess that's why they had him shifted so far over to the left, because you trust him to get that far over to the right if needed.
So Hodgel, I don't blame him for not trying to attack up either, though. The ball was kind of close towards the second base bag, and if that lands, he can score. But now it's 2 down, runner at second base. Bottom of the fourth, Buffaloes lead 4-0.
Ball's outside.
First pitch to Watkins as Hodgel took off for third. Now let's go back over to second. The throw is over into right field, but gathered by the right fielder. Nate, if you can on that video screen, try to go towards that action over there. Turn it that way. Don't tell me no. Count is 1-0. Come on, it's camera 101, man. Didn't you take Buff TV?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Runner at second. Johnson the pitch. Be a fastball down low below the knees, and the count moves to 2-0. So again, 2 outs here for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 4th inning, leading by 4. Hodgel over at second base. The pitch, Watkins watches it miss low and outside, and that is ball 3. On deck, Gann and Mullins. So far, Watkins today 1 for 2 with a bunt and single.
Now, this is really the guy you'd want to get out there in right center.
3-0. Fastball up above the letters for ball 4. And that'll bring up Gann and Mullins.
You might wonder how much longer a leash this pitcher has for Broken Bow.
It's already a 4-0 game right now. Again, maybe just until he gets to his pitch count right here, but he's been doing fine. He's only given up, I think, 2 runs. As the first pitch is going to catch the outside corner for strike 1 to Gannon Mullins, who's over 2 with the pair of strikeouts.
And it might be to the end of this inning for him.
I think he's only given up 2 hits. No, he's given up 3 because Gillespie had a single. This one's going to be a pop-up right field towards the line. Chasing it down is Burkhardt. It will land foul, about 5 feet foul. And Mullins falls behind in the count 0-2. So the Buffaloes were scoreless in the first inning, but since then scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. And 4 runs on, that's 4 hits. Runner in scoring position, and another one, Ethan Watkins, 90 feet behind him. The 0-2 runner takes off for third, pitch low and outside. The throw down 2-3 is on a hop, but gathered by Clay, and it's another stolen base here for the Buffaloes. 2 runners now in scoring position, second and third for the Buffs. 1-2 the count here on Gannon Mullins. McAlester can really break this thing open if he can drive one into the outfield. Johnson comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. This one just came out of the hands of Johnson wrong. It gets away from the catcher. That'll be another run scored. Easy there for Hodgel like Sunday morning. And that makes it 5-0. Advancing over to third base is now Ethan Watkins. Watkins already kind of stepping off the third base bag, trying to see if he can get Johnson napping a little bit. But Johnson wisely looks over at third and says, I see you, buddy. Count is 2-2.
I remember you over there.
Count is 2-2, but the Buffaloes take a 5-0 lead. Another 2 spot here at the bottom of the 4th. Mullins trying to drive in this run. 2-2 pitch. Pop up right side, out of play into the sea of concrete. Count stays at 2-2.
First time you got to use that today.
Mm-hmm. It's not raining baseballs like it was yesterday.
Yeah, there were foul balls all over the place yesterday.
One hit a car. One did hit a car.
Luckily, it was not mine.
The 2-2. Low and outside. Called strike, though, on the black, and that will be strike 3. And that will send us to the top of the 5th inning, but the Buffaloes get another 2 runs, lead 5-0 as we head to the 5th here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today, 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Into the 5th inning we go with the Buffaloes leading 5-0 here. They have scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 4th. And again, looking at the Buffaloes, they have recorded 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got 5 runs on 4 hits. So again, small ball working for the Buffaloes today, and excellent pitching and defense trying to keep that up as we head to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be the bottom of the order up for the Savages. First pitch, fastball inside. Looked like it was low enough, but not across the plate. Ball 1 to Martinez, who flew out to left field last time. Dusenberry on the mound, came in the middle of the 4th inning. Next pitch, fastball in there for strike 1. Count moves to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Can we talk about the youthfulness of this McAlester baseball team? Dusenberry, only a freshman, you can tell over the next 4 years. I mean, he's already got a live arm right here. He's going to get better and better as his career moves on. I'm excited to see him pitch here in 2023 as the next pitch misses inside for ball 2.
It's still crazy that it's 2023.
Right? 2-1. I'm losing track of all the years because we've called a lot of baseball games over the last 7 years. The next pitch, 2-1, misses up high above the eyes, and it's 3-1.
I'll still never forget that 3 o'clock a.m. game.
That was a Sunbelt game.
Yeah.
I think that game that we ended up calling at 3 in the morning was I want to say it was Texas and Arizona.
Yeah.
That game started at 3 in the morning. Didn't end, started. 3-1 for Dusenberry. He's going to miss down by the ankles for ball 4.
Now batting broken ball, the DH.
And they'll bring up the DH number 15, B. Meddock. So leadoff base runner here for the Savages. McAlester leading 5-0. Dusenberry keeping the signs, looking over at first. Good lead by Martinez. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. Count 0-1, slight breeze blowing towards left center field, benefiting the right-handed batter. Only one left-handed batter today, and that's K. Metcalf for the Savages. The 0-1, curveball missing low outside, and we move to 1-1. And someone warming in the McAlester bullpen wasn't able to see who it was.
I think it was number 14.
If that is 14, that would be Cole Lavis.
Again, we don't have the binoculars today, so just relying on the old eyes.
Pick off over to first. Good idea there by Dusenberry, as there's a huge lead by Martinez, but not in time. Count 1-1. Dusenberry comes set. Big lead again. It looks like he's about to take off. He stays put right now, though. Swing and a miss for strike 2 on the curveball from Dusenberry. And again, Parker still looking for that first varsity strikeout here. Has a chance to get it here with the count 1-2. Coming set Dusenberry. Decent lead at first. Pick off over to first, and it's wide to the left, but not far enough, as staying over at first base will be Martinez. So it was thrown far off to the left. Dusenberry says, my bad, over to Phillips, and he'll make his way back over to the bump.
Just lucky it didn't go into the dugout.
Yeah, no harm, no foul there.
Count is 1-2, right?
Yeah, the count is 1-2. You've been keeping up with it with every pitch here. Scoreboard just been a little bit off sometimes, but it is 1-2. There's been 2 swings and misses here. Runner takes off. Called strike 3. Throw over to second. Oh, he gunned him down. Sit him down, throw it around, gun him down over at second base, and 2 for the price of 1 there here in the top of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Frazier. And congratulations to Dusenberry on his first varsity strikeout, a backwards K. Now bring up Frazier, who walked his last time up. First pitch low outside, ball 1.
First double play technically for him, too.
I guess so.
But a weird double play at that.
Yeah, the strike him out, throw him out. 2 down in the top of the 5th inning. What a throw by Gillespie, too. He was waiting on that. Next pitch, Softly hit line drive right side, caught by Phillips on the run, and that'll be out number 3. We head to the home half of the 5th. Buffalo's leading 5-zip here on the Broken Bow Savages on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
We head to the home half of the 5th inning. Buffaloes have scored in the last 3 innings of play. Again, 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 4th. They lead 5-0. And it'll be the heart of the order coming up for the Buffaloes. Caden Lesnow, Ethan Gillespie, and Braden Phillips. Lesnow is 0 for 1 with an RBI on a sac fly. Ethan Gillespie 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. And Braden Phillips 0 for 2, reached on an error and struck out swinging. First pitch to Lesnow misses for ball 1. And Johnson in for his 3rd inning of work. And came in at the tail end of the 3rd inning. The 1-0 will catch the zone up outside. Strike 1. Tough pitch for Lesnow to drive, so wisely lays off. Count even at 1-1. Wind up from Johnson and the pitch. Curveball, low outside. And I'll move it to 2-1. And Lesnow with the 1 of 2 RBIs today. Here's the 2-1. Fastball up high. The other RBI from Gunnar Hodgel on a bunt single. Three out of McAllister's 8 hits so far this season have been bunts. The 3-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here on Caden Lesnow, batting out of the 3 spot. Johnson out of the windup. Here's the payoff. Fastball low outside, and Lesnow will take his base. So a leadoff base runner here for the Buffaloes brings up Ethan Gillespie. Again, depends on what the 2 coaches decided upon when it comes to run rule today. But again, some non-district games are 8 after 5, and then a lot of. But if they decided on 10 after 5, that could be the case as well. But just letting you know in case we get around that territory. Right now, McAlester leading 5-0. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, nobody out, runner at first. And Gillespie up at the plate, 1 for 1 so far today, 3 for 3 on the season. Pickoff over to first, not in time. Now, with turf fields, I think that sometimes it's good to have those sliding gloves that they have, as Lesnow has his on his right hand. I know it's good to have on regular fields. As he takes off for second, pitches up high, the throw down 2 second on 1 hop, sliding in safely. Feet first is Caden Lesnow with the stolen base. But on turf fields, I feel like that is even more necessary. A lot of turf burn if you don't have that.
Yeah, I can't imagine sliding on turf is very fun.
1 ball, no strikes. You can go forever. Like I think it was Hodgel yesterday that nearly slid
past the base.
Past the base. Count is 1-0. Runner in scoring position here for Gillespie. The pitch. Curveball that gets past the catcher Metcalf, and advancing over to third will be Lesnow. He will not try to take home like Gillespie did back in the 2nd inning. That one didn't get as far away from Metcalf as the other one did. And now Metcalf will speak with Johnson, walking back over towards the mound. So the count 2-0 here for Ethan Gillespie. Get his team up 5-0 and another run waiting for him 90 feet away. So Metcalf will go back behind home plate again. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Like I said yesterday, it's a righty's world this year so far. We have only seen one lefty pitching or hitting, and that was Metcalf today. Count 2-0. Johnson delivers the pitch. Fastball in there, strike one.
I know this may sound a little crazy, but you don't have him bunt here, right?
No. No, I don't think you have Gillespie bunt here.
I mean, I know small ball's been working, but
2-1. Fastball up high above eye level, and the count is a hitter's count for Gillespie at 3-1. Definitely not bunting here.
Yeah. I mean, you may think about it on 2-1, but definitely not 3-1.
The pitch to Ethan. Fastball, hard hit ground ball, and skip to my Lou. Caden Less now over at third. And that will be strike two on him as he fouls it off behind Less now at third base. Count full. Still back deep in the box is Gillespie. Looking for another pitch to drive here. Here it comes. It's going to be in the turf again. That's going to be ball four again. And back-to-back walks here. For Gillespie, his third walk of the year already. And now runners at first and third with nobody out. Braden Phillips comes up to the plate, over 2 thus far today. He's reached on an error and struck out swinging. Again, Buffaloes are leading 5-0 bottom of the 5th inning with nobody out. Again, at the corners, Gillespie at first and Less now at third.
And you know Gillespie will be looking to take second here, maybe on this pitch or the next.
I was about to say maybe immediately. So Johnson will see if he tries picking off the first pitch. He does not. Gillespie does not take off either. It's a bounce in the turf. And runners will stay put as the first pitch is a ball to Phillips.
I thought I saw him take off out of the corner of my eye. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think he was ready. And I think that if, he just said, I'll wait to the next pitch maybe.
I mean, if he was ready, he probably could have gotten second walking.
If he had the green light there.
Yeah.
He does take off this time. The 1-0 is going to be in the turf again. There's going to be no attempt at a throw, so this is defensive indifference. And the count is 2-0 here on Phillips.
A big hit does put McAlester in run rule territory if it is 8 after 5.
Again, a lot of non-district games are 8 after 5, but some coaches might decide to do 10. That's what they talk about. That's one of the things that they go over at home plate before the game begins. For district play, no matter what. So in Midwest City and McAlester play on Monday, it is no matter what, 10 after 5.
Right.
Count is 2-0. The pitch. Fastball fills the zone for Braden Phillips. Count is now 2-1. So now Phillips sees one. We'll have a chance to try to drive one into the outfield here. Coming set, Johnson, the 2-1 pitch. Fastball missing outside, and it's a hitter's count here for Phillips. One pitch away from possibly loading up the bases. On deck is Lauerman. And in the hole is Seth Sam, who drove one to the warning track in his last at-bat.
That one nearly hit off the wall.
Count 3-1. The pitch. Phillips will watch it miss outside, and that is ball 4. 3 consecutive walks here.
And I think that's going to be it for him.
And we're going to take a break while we wait. Again, bases loaded, and also a new pitcher about to be coming up here for the Savages. We'll take a break on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today, 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So the Buffaloes have the bases loaded and nobody out here in the home half of the fifth inning, leading 5-0 over the Broken Bow Savages. A new pitcher into the game for the Savages, brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. It is A. Clay, number 24, coming from third base over to the mound. We have Johnson moving back to left field, Martinez moving back to second base, and we have Frazier moving from second base over to third base. That is what it looks like defensively for the Savages. Again, bases loaded for the Buffaloes. This bases loaded alert brought to you by Lindley's Paint and Body Shop, a full-service collision repair center and restoration shop in McAlester. It's Phillips at first, Gillespie at second, Les now at third. And like we mentioned, if it is 8 after 5 today, then the winning run is over at first base for the Buffaloes. And up at the plate is Jackson Lauerman. 0 for 2 thus far, struck out twice. Again, he was 2 for 5 last year with runners in scoring position. Now the windup, he'll meet A. Clay. And now we're going to be having time right out of the gate.
Wait, which Clay is he facing?
A. Clay.
But which one?
Stop it. I don't have his first names. Again, the lineup that they were given to us today only has first initials, and then they have last names. And OSSAA rankings didn't give us a roster, so I don't really know their names. I just know their last names. That's what was given to us. Clay up on the bump. Here's the windup and the pitch to Lauerman. Fastball filling the zone, strike one. Nobody out for the Buffaloes. They have scored 5 runs on 4 hits thus far, and they could do even more damage here. Back to the box, Lauerman. The windup from Clay. The 0-1. Fastball trying to get a bunt down was Lauerman. Couldn't do it. And a skirt and go back over to third base was Les now.
I mean, small ball's working here for you, obviously, but bold move to bunt with no outs and the base is loaded there.
I like how aggressive they're being, though.
Oh, definitely.
Clay, the windup. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 in the dirt. Batter's automatically out. That's out number 1.
Now you got to worry about the double play coming into effect here with Seth Sam coming up to the plate. But if he makes contact, it's usually not staying in the infield.
If he can duplicate what he did in his last at-bat, I mean, it could be game over if it's 8 after 5. Tripled his last time up. He was 1 for 2 so far today. Boy, I'm getting to the point in the game where I'm struggling. I've spoke for the last 2 hours and dealing with his head cold. First pitch to Sam misses up high for ball 1.
So far today, he has struck out looking and had that triple over the left fielder's head.
The windup and the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
And doing my best to cover for you, but I'm also not keeping track of stats, so I have to take a look at his stats sometimes.
We talked about Hodgel being the Swiss Army knife for McAlester so far this season. So is Nate, running a board, doing some color, and now doing some play-by-play every once in a while. The 1-1 from Clay. Fastball misses the low outside corner, and the count moves to 2-1. And the problem is I've ran out of water, too, so if I got Yeah, so if I got like some crap in my throat, I can't really clear it on out. Count 2-1. The pitch from Clay. Fastball, low outside. Hitters count here for Sam, 3-1. And Sam, looking at his spray charts from last year and this year, he is a pull hitter. So if you give him something on the inside corner, watch out. Outfield shifted to the left, the windup, 3-1. This one's going to catch the corner for strike 2. Didn't like where it was. And that's okay. The 3-1, you're allowed that.
Yeah, definitely don't want to swing at something you don't want to in this at-bat, or in that situation with bases loaded and 1 out. Don't want to ground into a double play there.
The full count pitch from Clay. Fastball popped it out of play. Count still 3-2. It says 2-2 on the scoreboard, but it is 3-2.
I certainly do my best to keep track. Not saying I'm perfect, but...
Infield is playing relatively in. The corner infielder is in on the grass. Well, infield turf just in case it goes to them so they can throw home and go back over to first. Clay with the windup and the 2-2 pitch. In the turf, gets away from the catcher. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a run anyway scored. Gillespie thought about doing it again as it got all the way over towards the McAlester dugout. It's going to be an RBI, the easy way for Seth Sam, an RBI walk. And that brings up Gunnar Hodgel.
Now, pretty much a double, or really any extra base hit could put you at 8.
Even a base hit. I mean, usually you already have a big lead over at second base anyway. So a base hit could give you 8, and if that's the run rule, that's a win for McAlester. Clay the windup to Hodgel. First pitch up, eye level, ball 1. And me, who is coming towards the rough part of the game for me vocally, I'm
rooting for the run
I'm
rule.
rooting for the run rule. Count is 1-0. I promise you, for the rest of the however many games we play this year, it does get better after today. The 1-0 pitch. Huge lead. Where are you going, Braden Phillips? Phillips is going to be in between second and third. Phillips in a pickle with the bases loaded. I don't know where he was going. He was got a runner in front of him. Now Gillespie running home. The throw over to home. Now chasing him back to third base. Going to third. Throws it over to third. He's safe there. Now he comes back over to to home. We got a big pickle. Drives to go over to home to score, and he's tagged out. And that's going to be out number 2. How do you score that? Who knows
Very
where
carefully.
Who knows where that went to? But Phillips is already almost over at third base, but I don't know if he forgot he had a runner in front of him or what.
And now the head coach for Broken Bow is going to come talk to the field umpire.
Because there was a moment over at third base where Phillips is standing on third, and I think he's trying to talk to the official about who has control of the bag. Because if he tagged one of them while they were on the bag, one of them was already going to be out. So they're seeing who has control of the bag at that point.
Right.
Trying to see if they got a double play there. But yeah, Buffalo's had the bases loaded, and I think there was just a brain fart there. Because he was already at the third base bag, and he was left out to dry. So it is, as it is right now, 2 down, runners at second and third.
I mean, he was 3/4 of the way to third.
I mean, he was nearly standing on the bag, and then I think he looked forward and he said, "Oh, well, Gillespie's there. I need to make my way back over to second," and then couldn't get out of the pickle. Kudos to Broken Bow for sticking with it. So it's 2 down here, 6-0 to score in the bottom of the 5th inning. And statement still applies to Hodgel. If he can drive one to the outfield safely, he should give McAlester 2 runs here.
Counts 2-0, right?
That's what the scoreboard has it as. That's what we're going with.
It was 1-0.
After all that madness, Clay the windup and the pitch to Hodgel. Up high, and that's ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes. It's really the first blunder that you've seen from McAlester this season. The windup from Clay and 3-0. It's going to be a fastball just catching the letters for strike 1.
Yeah, I think he had the take sign all the way there.
On deck is Spencer Stinchcomb, who's 0 for 2 thus far. Again, Gunnar Hodgel 1 for 2 with an RBI bunt. Wind up, 3-1. Fastball catching the zone again. And now he runs it from 3-0 to 3-2. Runners at second and third. Hodgel trying to drive and run here. The windup and the pitch. Hard hit ground ball left side towards the shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Heifel. Throws over to first. The stretch gets him by Shomo. Now be out number 3. But the Buffaloes score another run in the bottom of the 5th inning to extend their lead to 6-0 as we head to the top of the 6th right here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
Top of the 6th inning we go. McAlester leading 6-0 over the Broken Bow Savages here. Again, the Buffaloes have scored their 6 runs on 4 hits so far today. The Buffaloes also playing stellar defense, and their pitching has been on point too. We're going to be having the top of the order coming up for the Broken Bow Savages. Between the 1-2-3 batters so far, they are combined 1 for... That is 6 today. Heifel will be coming up with a ground out to short and a backwards K. Revisiting that play where, again, Gillespie was caught out in the base paths and Phillips was going over to third. That could also, again, don't know if it was, but it could have been a design play because if you do have him going over towards third base and he's further out that way, maybe you're trying to draw the catcher to throw over to second. And if they do, you can have the third base or the runner at third go home. That's not how that ended up, obviously. But that could have been a design play that just didn't work out the way the Buffaloes wanted it to. But so I'm not going to say it was a brain fart. Maybe it was a design play, but it just didn't work out for the Buffs that time. First pitch to Heifel is swung out in front of and missed for strike 1. Buffaloes lead 6-0 in the top of the 6th. If it is designed, I don't dislike the idea there.
Yeah.
There's a chance to be able to get a run in from third by forcing a throw over to second base. So here's the 0-1. It'll be popped up the chute. Chance for someone in foul territory on the left side. It'll be caught by Phillips, and that's out number 1. So with McAlester leading 6-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. With 1 down, that brings up Metcalf, who's flown out to center and struck out swinging. Because there's a similar play that the Buffaloes do, but not usually with only 1 out. They do it with 2 outs. If you have runners at first and third, sometimes you'll see a runner over at first, and a lot of teams do this. They'll have a runner take off or just start walking, and then he'll stop between first and second.
Right.
They'll try to draw a pickoff or a throw from the catcher or the pitcher or something. This is the first pitch to Metcalf. The lefty catches the outside corner for strike 1 from Dusenberry. If you can do that, the runner at third will slowly but surely get a little bit bigger jump towards home plate, and then when he feels like he's far enough to be able to go, the third base coach will say, all right, you got it, and they'll try to score there. Curveball can't catch the outside corner, and that moves the count to 1-1.
It's weird seeing a lefty up.
I know. After we've had now 36 batters in 2 games, 1 of them has been a lefty.
That's got to be some kind of record for us.
The 1-1 from Dusenberry. Pop up, high pop up, center field. And it's going to be Watkins staring up at the blue sky, making the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Martin, who is 1 for 2. A strikeout looking and a single so far for Martin. He's the person that had that little bloop single between the second baseman Stinchcomb and the right fielder Hodgel. 2 down, top of the 6th inning. Buffaloes lead 6-0. Nobody on here for the Savages. Dusenberry delivers. Curveball, beauty, in there for strike 1. The first thing that I saw from Dusenberry when he got ready to pitch for the Buffaloes is I saw him throw his first pitch was a curveball, and I said, that's going to be a dangerous pitch for him. Mm-hmm. Freshman's got a good hook. Coming set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Goes with a fastball. This one misses up high, and they'll move the count to even at 1-1. Now, there is someone warming up in the McAlester bullpen. We'll see if they do pitch today. Dusenberry has been in since the 4th inning. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chasing it down low and outside is Martin. And he's ahead in the count 1-2, Dusenberry is.
Had him absolutely fooled on that pitch.
Looking for the strikeout. He's got one so far today. That was a backwards K. Dusenberry comes set. And the 1-2. Goes back with the curveball. Didn't get on top of it that time. Misses up about chin level. And the count is now 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dusenberry gets the signs from Gillespie. Gillespie sets up a little bit outside. 2-2 pitch. Curveball. Chopper, left side. He'll be fielded by the bag at second base by Lesnow. Throw over to first. The stretch. Did he come off the bag? No. Good stretch by Phillips. Getting the out for out number 3. Good play by Lesnow as well. Throwing on the run for 3 down here in the top of the 6th on 3 batters. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Buffaloes lead 6-0 here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The McAlester Buffaloes leading the Broken Bow Savages 6-0. This game brought to you by the Bank & A, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fitton Nissan, First Realty, and WE Offered Propane. Thank you all for putting us on the air today and for the entire season as we're only into Game 2. And the Buffaloes leading 6-0, so far outscoring their opponents 11-2 through, that would be almost 13 full innings of play. The Buffaloes will bring up to the plate the 9-1-2 batters. It'll be Spencer Stinchcomb, Ethan Watkins, and Gannon Mullins. And even Derek Hatchers has been messaging me. He's impressed and digging how smart the Buffaloes have been playing. They've been playing small ball, manufacturing runs. Again, they have scored 11 runs on 8 hits so far this season. Stinchcomb fouls one off, back into the parking lot, and that'll be strike 1.
The parking lot?
A sea of concrete.
There you go.
Actually, that one might have went closer towards the walking track because it went straight behind the grandstand. Count is 0-1. Wind up from Clay, who came in the previous inning, and the pitch. Misses up high for ball 1. He worked himself out of a jam. Really, it wasn't his jam. He came in with the bases loaded. I think it was nobody out, and the Buffaloes only scored 1 run. Count 1-1 here for Spencer Stinchcomb. The windup and the 1-1 pitch. Misses up high for ball 2. Of course, his sister, Stevie Stinchcomb, state champion for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes from last year. I got to actually see her and Elizabeth Milligan. They were over at the game in Catoosa back on Thursday. It's good to catch up with them and chat and see how they're doing. Next pitch misses up high for ball 3. So it's 3-1 here on Spencer Stinchcomb. I really mean it. As soon as our student athletes graduate from McAlester, I like to keep up with every one of them, see how they're doing, because when we do send that stuff out on Twitter, by the way, follow us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio and keep up with as many McAlester athletics events that we can do or try to keep up with, because every time that we say, hey, we're going to be rooting for you no matter what the future holds, we really do like to keep up with our student athletes and see, what they do, and whether it be on the field, on the court, or in the classroom, or wherever they're going in life. It's just I'm proud to be able to cover, McAlester athletes. Stand-up citizens, the 3-1. We'll miss up high, and that'll be ball 4. And Spencer Stinchcomb will take his base. That's the 7th walk issued from the Savage pitching staff. That brings up the top of the order. Watkins so far 1 for 2 with a bunt and single. He struck out swinging. He had that single, and then he's walked. Also, we talked about timely hitting and everything for McAlester. That's another kudos to the coaching staff of McAlester. This lineup has been balanced 1 through 9 to where when you have someone that's able to get a bunt down to be able to score or has speed at a certain place, this lineup, the way it's built right now, is we have a pickoff over to first, not in time. Oh, he stepped off the bag. Stinchcomb was getting back off the bag, and he wasn't touching it. And then the first baseman, Shomo, tagged him. And you can know he won't do that again. He didn't keep his hand on the bag as he was going up, and Shomo, kudos to him, kept his head on the swivel.
It's a veteran move right there.
It's a veteran move. Looked at him and tagged him and got him out. Again, that happens to Major League players as well, but he was getting up, and he kept the tag on him. And that'll be out number 1. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Count 0-1 on Ethan Watkins with now 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Buffalo's trying to get back on the base paths here. Count 0-2. Clay with the windup and the delivery. Fastball fouls it out of play behind the press box. And Watkins stays alive at the count 0-2. New pitcher about to either come into the game for the McAlester Buffaloes or might come into the game if Duesenberg gets into trouble. I don't know what his pitch count is for today. The 0-2 is going to hop. It traveled about 45 feet and then bounced for the rest of the 15. Just didn't get on top of his curveball there. I guess he got 2 on top of his curveball. The count moves to 1-2. Clay, though, has been fantastic in relief for the Savages. 1-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. That's what I'm talking about for him. Low outside, chasing it was Watkins. That is strike 3. And it is now 2 down for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 6th inning. McAlester leading, though, 6-0. And that brings up Gannon Mullins.
Yeah, this pitcher's looked really good here in this inning.
Buffaloes have struck out now 12 times. And that brings up Mullins. Wind up and the pitch. Fastball inside. Derek Jeter danced out of the way of it, and that's ball 1. Second DJ reference that we've had. And this time, what that is when you scoot backwards and you keep your hands up. That's technically called a Derek Jeter dance. Here's the windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to skip in the turf for ball 2. There was a YouTube account back in the day, back when we were in high school, called Crap Baseball Players Say. And that was one of them. Whenever you try to get around somebody just in everyday life and you do something like that, that's called a Derek Jeter dance. Counts 2-0.
I do that on a daily basis.
It's what you do when you try getting around somebody at the movie theaters. And like you have someone that's sitting down and you're trying to get around them. You're just shimmying while you keep your hands up so you don't touch them.
Yeah.
It's a Derek Jeter dance. The windup, Clay, the 2-0 pitch. Fastball down in the turf, and that'll be ball 3.
I don't get to go to the movie theaters nearly as often as I probably should.
Since I had a daughter 4 months and a day ago, I have not gotten to go to the movies. I've wanted to see a bunch of movies in theaters, but I just haven't got the chance to. The 3-0 will miss low outside, and that'll be ball 4. 4-pitch walk here to Mullins will bring up Caden Lesnow, who is 0 for 1. He's grounded out to third, had an RBI sac fly, and has walked.
The only movie I've gotten to see here in the past few months in theaters was that Knock at the Door.
Yeah, he didn't like it, he told me.
It was all right, but you could tell it was going to, or how it was going to end from the very beginning.
First pitch, Lesnow watches this fastball miss inside as he turns away from it. That'll be ball 1. I've wanted to see Ant-Man. I've wanted to see a couple other movies that came out in theaters, but just haven't had the chance to do so. 1 ball, no strikes. Instead, I'm trying to be the responsible good dad. The 1-0 pitch. We have pop-up in the infield left side. Sun's in the way. This might be trouble. Third baseman does make the catch. That is Frazier with the grab. That is out number 3. So we'll head to the top of the 7th inning. McAlester trying to close things down, leading 6-0 over the Broken Bow Savages here on KNED.
Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough?
Customers aren't going to be able to make that.
Did you say further?
No!
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fitting Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
We get to the top of the 7th inning. McAlester trying to close things down over here at Mike Deak Field, trying to improve 2-0 as they lead 6-0 and in to close things out. Not a safe situation, but Ethan Gillespie coming onto the bump from catcher to the mound. And we have Phillips moving from first over to catcher, and from third over to first is Gannon Mullins. Hodgel moving from right over to third base, and Cheney back into the game in right field. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. First pitch from Gillespie, fires it in there for a strike to the new batter T. Shomo, who is 1 for 2 thus far with a single and a line out to third. Again, Buffaloes lead 6-0. Top of the 7th inning, nobody out, nobody on, just beginning the 7th. Gillespie delivers, and the next pitch is a fastball in the turf over to Phillips for ball 1. Gillespie started out the year, obviously, as the catcher, but Phillips had plenty of experience behind home plate last year. Gillespie, again, was dealing with a little bit of a lingering injury last year behind home plate. Phillips filled in nicely defensively behind the plate for the Buffaloes, as the next pitch misses down low for ball 2. Count 2-1 now. Gillespie did not pitch at all last year for the Buffaloes. He did pitch against the Savages in a scrimmage a couple weeks ago as a 2-1. Half-hearted swing, checked at it, right by him though anyway. Called strike 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gillespie pitched in 2/3 of an inning, had 1 hit, 3 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 2. Count even at 2-2. Gillespie looking for the K. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Les now slides after it. Grabbed by Stinchcomb. Throws on the run. Not in time. I think this is going to end up going down. That's a tough one, too. If it would have been a grab by Les now, it would have been a fantastic play. And then it went over to Stinchcomb, but by the time that Stinchcomb was trying to throw over to first, it was already a base hit there for Shomo.
Yeah, and that's what the official score is going to give it to.
So runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fastball up above the letters. Ball 1 here to Jay Johnson, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. And Buffaloes lead by 6 here in the what could be the final frame if McAlester takes care of business here. The pitch will catch the knees, strike 1. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Shomo has 2 out of the 3 hits for the Savages. Talk about a pitcher's duel. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off for second. It's in the dirt. Phillips throws over to second. Not in time, though, after it takes a couple of bounces over to Stinchcomb. And now in the scoring position is Shomo. Count 2-1 here for Johnson. Two-1. Fastball in there for strike 2. Count moves to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, there have been a combined 7 hits in this game. Much different than the scrimmage, where I know it's scrimmage rules and everything, but 12-10 was that score in that game. The 2-2 bounces into Phillips right in front of him. Keeps it there, keeps the runner at second, and the count is now full at 3-2. Gillespie comes set. Takes a breath. The 3-2. Fastball just misses the knees. Phillips tried to frame it, couldn't get it there, and that'll be ball 4. Now runners at first and second for the Savages. Nobody out. Trailing by 6 to bring up Clay, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, looking and a pop out to the catcher at the time, Gillespie. Gillespie comes set. First pitch. Fastball. Thought about it, but too high. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Gillespie comes to a standstill and will do a spin move. Just try to keep the runner honest over at second. And count 1-0. Broken bow, trying to get into the head of Gillespie. Gillespie instead fires in a strike. Count even at 1-1.
If you get in his head, he'll get in the zone.
1-1 pitch. Fastball up and inside. Going away from it is Clay, and you can hear his entire team saying, wear it. Count moves to 2-1.
I mean, I'd get out of the way, too.
Gillespie, 2-1, trying to get into a rhythm. This fastball misses low outside, ball 3. That is the only trouble that he had when he pitched against Broken Bow a couple weeks ago. He only gave up 1 hit, but his 3 earned runs were coming off of walks. Walked 4 batters, but struck out 2 in his 2 outs that he recorded. The 3-1 will be fouled straight back, and now he moves the count to full at 3-2. Talk about what kind of live arm he has. I mean, we've already seen it on display from behind the plate. Gunned down, I think, 2 runners today. 3-2 pitch. Fastball right by him. Strike 3. Back into the zone. Ethan Gillespie gets him swinging. And that is now 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Double play ball possibly to end the game is there. Runners at first and second. Buffaloes lead 6-0. Top of the 7th inning. And up at the plate comes Martinez, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to left and a walk. Gillespie coming set, and the pitch showing bunt, pulling back. Called strike up in the zone.
I'll take that.
It looked a little bit high. Count 0-1. Let's see if he'll try to bunt again. Again, third baseman Hodgel still playing a little bit further back despite the bunt show. Not going for a bunt here as the next one is going to be laid off on and a pitch up high. Count moves to even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Double play would be really nice here.
Wind blowing out towards left center field, just a slight breeze. 1-1. Fastball outside, ball 2. Because of that wind, also with the righty up at the plate, outfield shifted slightly to the left. Sun's starting to be right overhead. 2-1 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 3.
Got to be careful here. Don't want to load the bases here, and looks like we're going to have a mound visit.
Yep, Coach Dixon's going to go speak with Gillespie for just a moment. He's going to bring in the entire infield as well. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back here on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
We have Philip Jewell Jr. tuning in to the game today. Thank you, Philip, for tuning in. I'm sorry that the game that you get to listen to so far is the one where I'm battling a cough and a head cold. But like I told the rest of the listeners, if this is your first time listening, I promise you it gets better. Give me a second chance on Monday. 6-0 is the score. Thank you for Philip tuning in. Buffaloes lead 1 down, 3-1 count here on Martinez, the 7-hole batter with runners at first and second. After the mound visit, here's the pitch. Fastball that misses inside, and the bases are loaded for Broken Bow.
Now you got a really dangerous situation. A extra base hit could cut the lead in half from McAlester, or home run put you within 2.
Buffalo's scored in every inning but the first and the sixth.
And it looks like we may have a pinch hitter here, number 27 for Broken Bow.
He's coming in for Medic that struck out twice today. And as I look at the lineup, that's going to be Lindley. First pitch is going to be fouled off at the plate for strike one. That's Jay Lindley, and that makes me laugh because if you know who Jay Lindley is,
that name sounds familiar.
He's the voice of the Southeastern Savage Storm.
That's it.
The 0-1 pitch. He'll be fouled straight back for strike two. Yeah, Jay Lindley is the voice of Southeastern Oklahoma State everything. I think except for baseball, and I think even then he does a lot of baseball too. Bases loaded here for Broken Bow. Count is 0-2. Buffs lead by 6. Gillespie comes set, and the pitch. Goes with a curveball, misses up high inside, and that makes it 1-2.
Definitely want to try to keep the ball down here. See if you can induce a double play.
Gillespie comes set. Watch him come back with the fastball. The 1-2. There it is. Grounder up the first base side. Gillespie will pick it up, tag out the runner. That'll bring in a run on the ground out. But now the Savages down to their final out. So one unassisted will bring up Frazier, who's 0 for 1 with a line out to first and a walk.
I mean, that does end the shutout, but you trade that out for a run there.
First pitch goes past Phillips. Here comes the runner from third, and that makes it 6-2. It was a called strike. Phillips just missed it. So runner advances over to third as well. Now a base knock can cut the lead in half. Count 0-1, runner at third. McAlester leading 6-2. Going to go down as a pass ball there for sure. Gillespie the pitch. Fastball just missing the knees for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buffalo's trying to close things out here. Wind is reverse direction now to right center field. Gillespie coming set, looks at the runner at third base and delivers the 1-1. Fastball catch in the corner. That's strike two.
Down to their final strike here.
Buffalo's trying to close things out, trying to advance to 2-0 on the year, going into district play on Monday. Gillespie comes to a pause. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball low, outside as well. 2s across the board.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, McAlester leads
Top of
6-2.
the 7th.
Top 7th, sorry.
Gillespie, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball low again. That is now ball 3.
And that's why I don't do play-by-play.
You did it a couple times during the McAlester shootout a few years back.
Yeah. But only because of necessity.
Gillespie comes set. The payoff. Fastball right by him. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And that is the final score. 6-2. The McAlester Buffaloes take down the Broken Bow Savages as they advance to 2-0 on the year. So ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo fans far and wide, grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold. The Buffaloes take the win 6-2 over Broken Bow behind another masterful performance on the mound between 3 pitchers, Mullins, Dusenberry, and Gillespie. It looks like Dusenberry will get the win, and Gillespie doesn't get the save, but again, good job of closing things out for the Buffaloes in the top of the 7th. We'll take a break, and we're going to be looking at your post-game stats coming up here momentarily. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field in beautiful McAlester, Oklahoma, as the JV team gets ready to warm up. Again, we encourage everyone to come out over to Mike Deak Field to watch the Buffaloes JV team play. It's a beautiful day for baseball, and it might be the last beautiful day that you get to watch McAlester baseball for a little while, as, again, next week they're supposed to play on Tuesday, but some rain's supposed to be coming in. Other than that, they play a doubleheader in Midwest City on Monday. They're supposed to go to Bixby next Friday. Again, chance of rain that day as well. And then you have spring break. That's all in Broken Bow. And then you have to wait till the next week after that. So come out, watch some JV baseball. Buffaloes win 6-2 over the Broken Bow Savages. Those 2 runs for Broken Bow coming in the final frame. So McAlester, once again, a masterful pitching performance. Only allowed 3 hits. And we'll take a look at your post-game stats, brought to you by Beautiful Rooms Furniture. They offer brand-named high-end mattresses, including hybrids, sold at discount prices. Visit their showroom today for quality furniture at affordable prices. Starting off with the visiting team, the Broken Bow Savages fall to 0-1 on the season. This is what it looked like 1 through 9. Heifel went 0 for 3. Metcalf went 0 for 3. Martin 1 for 3. Shomo 2 for 3. Johnson 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Clay 0 for 3. Martinez went 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Medoc went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Lindley pinch hit for him in the 7th inning, had an RBI ground out. He went 0 for 1. Frazier 0 for 2 with a walk in there as well. So looks like the Savages had 3 hits between Heifel, Johnson, and Clay. They struck out 12 McAlester batters, ended up walking 8. The Broken Bow defense had 1 error. Buffaloes improved to 2-0 on the year. This is what it looked like 1 through 9. Watkins went 1 for 3. Mullins 0 for 3. Lesnow 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly. Ethan Gillespie went 1 for 1 with 2 walks. Braden Phillips 0 for 2. Jackson Lauerman 0 for 3. Seth Sam went 1 for 2 with an RBI walk and also a triple today as well. Gunnar Hodgel went 1 for 3 with an RBI bunt. And Spencer Stinchcomb went 0 for 2. Between Gannon Mullins, Parker Dusenberry, and Ethan Gillespie, the Buffaloes allowed 3 hits. The lineup had 4 hits for McAlester. They struck out 9 Broken Bow batters. They walked 5, and they did not have any errors today for McAlester, as Dusenberry gets the win since Gannon didn't go the full 4 innings as he was on a pitch count today. Since he didn't go the full 4 innings, Dusenberry collects the win here for the Buffaloes in his first varsity appearance, so not too bad for him. Final thoughts on this one, and we'll call it a broadcast.
Well, few errors, like kind of mental mistakes.
Mental mistakes. It may not show up on the scoreboard, but there were some mental mistakes here and there.
McAlester probably had a chance to put it away in the 5th inning. You had bases loaded with what?
1 out, I think.
Either no one out or 1 out. I can't really remember. But
only scored 1 run there.
Overall, it was a really good performance, especially on the mound. Only gave up 2 hits going into only 1 hit going into the 7th inning before got into a little bit of trouble there. But really a good performance overall from McAlester.
What I like to see, and again, is McAllister's ability to win games despite their bats not rolling. Because, again, what we were talking about in the pregame show yesterday was McAlester only brings back I mean, 3 bats out of their starting lineup, and sometimes you didn't even get the full 3 bats in your starting lineup. Sometimes it was only 2. And you only had 3 batters that had 99 plate appearances or more last year come back this year. So, there's going to be a little bit of a transition. Some guys that didn't get to have a lot of varsity at-bats last year is going to need to see more. And as you have the season go on, you're going to stop seeing as many 4-hit games. That's going to happen. But until then, until you can start getting some of these younger guys up to speed, some guys that hadn't played a lot of varsity ball up to speed, you're going to need to try to find to win games despite not having big offensive days. And the fact that you can score 11 runs on 8 hits in 2 days is not bad at all. And plus, the pitching staff so far is as good so far through 2 games is as good as we thought it was going to be, and maybe even better.
Yeah, I was going to say this pitching staff has looked fantastic through 2 games so far. How many? They haven't given up more than 4 runs?
They have given up 4 runs. They've only given up 7 hits, and on top of that, they have struck out. Looks like that is. Trying to do math here. That's 16 strikeouts in 2 games, so that's not bad at all.
That is good.
And when you combine that between 7 different arms, you've got a stable of pitchers that you can rely on throughout this year. Again, yesterday we talked about how good they were in 3A. They went 25-10 last year. Was just a couple of runs away from going to the state tournament. And Broken Bow is always a tough team against McAlester. So the fact that McAlester gets 2 good wins behind excellent pitching, and again, hats off to the coaching staff of McAlester. They have a game plan, and they are executing it to perfection, and also hats off to the players to lay down timely bunts, get timely hits, steal bases, play small ball. It's been working really well for them, and I'm excited to see it all throughout the season.
And not to mention, they're going against some pretty good pitching staffs.
Yeah, Heifel was great. Heifel was masterful, and that's another thing. We talked about a lot of strikeouts from McAlester early in the game. I think they had 9 in their first 4 innings. It was either 9 or 10 in their first 4 innings. They only struck out 3 times the rest of the way. They started putting the ball in play. And that's just another example as you start to see more live pitching. You adjust a little bit better. So that's going to keep on happening as we go throughout the year. But like we said, it's good to see McAlester winning games despite not having big offensive days, to be able to score 11 runs off of 8 hits. So, and like we said, when you're looking at some of your hits, I think 4 out of those 8 hits are bunts. Yeah. So pretty timely bunts, pretty nice bunts. McAlester has a game plan, and they're executing it to perfection right now, and are now 2-0 to begin the year, going into district play doubleheader on Monday at Midwest City. First pitch will be at 4 o'clock, and again, the next game will begin shortly after that. That game will not be on YouTube, but it will be on the radio. Just type in KNED wherever you get your app so you can listen anywhere in the world, or you can go to McAlsterRadio.com and click on the KNED tab, and you'll be able to listen automatically there. Or if you're locally, you can just listen the old-fashioned way on the radio, 1150 AM or 98.3 FM.
And it will just be you on the call.
Just me on the call.
Be there.
No, just me on the call, and hopefully all the crap that I've been dealing with, this head cold, whatever I've been, just the drainage stuff, hopefully that's all gone on Monday so that I don't have to just be coughing through your radio dial.
Just go get a steroid shot from urgent care, and you'll
be all
right.
You're saying that. My wife is going to say he's never going to get a steroid shot. Are you kidding me? No. Hopefully it's going to just because I'm feeling better than I felt yesterday, but it doesn't sound better.
You always say that.
I am feeling fine. It's just that I sound like crap.
I've known you for going on 10 years now.
I don't like going to the doctor.
No, not going on 10 years. I've known you for 10 years.
Destiny is listening, and she goes, LOL. You see, my wife knows I probably won't go get a steroid shot. But anyway, I don't even know if I have time to, even if I did, because, again, I have to leave by noon on Monday. But neither here nor there. We're going to try to get better by Monday, and we're going to have a good broadcast then. Can you thank our sponsors one final time, and we will wrap things up?
I'd like to thank the Bank N.A., Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and W. Alford Propane.
All right, and again, thank you to our board operator, Mr. Wyatt, the Cadillac Kid Hubbard, back at the KNED Studios for his excellent work today. And one final time for Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the McAlester Buffalo 6 and the Broken Bow Savages 2. Until Monday, when the Buffaloes travel to Midwest City for their first road games, a doubleheader to start district play with the Midwest City Bombers. On behalf of Nate Brown and myself, Brandon Green, this is Brandon Green saying, Buffaloes win, and don't just have a great weekend. Have a Buffalo weekend, everybody.